State.
The following is a presentation of The Day.
You are looking live at the X here at Waterford High School, as Waterford High School today will host the ECC Boys Semifinal Basketball Tournament, Division 1 and 2. And game day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. Gear up for game day with a winning smile from Waterford Dental Health. Located in Waterford, where your go-to top-notch dental care in a relaxed, friendly setting. Whether you need a routine checkup, cosmetic boost, or an advanced treatment, our experimented team has you covered. Enjoy the game with confidence and comfort. Schedule your appointment today. Waterford Dental Health, where your smile is our top priority. Visit us online or call to book now. And all smiles, Keith O'Brien, the sports doctor, along with the coach, Chris Giusti. And looky here, the Wheeler Lions have found themselves in a little bit of a familiar position they were in last year. Graduated some pieces, 5 seniors returning in the starting lineup. They're number 2 seeded, and they're taking on a surprise team this year in tournament play in the Montville Wolves.
Yeah, Coach Stephen Bailey has his team playing well at the right time of year. Once again, the Wheeler Lions looking to repeat as Division II champs, but they have a tough challenge in front of them today. One of the hottest teams in the ECC in the Montville Wolves, coached by Joe Sear.
Yeah, surprise win over Stonington today to some, but not to Coach Sear and the kids. They kind of believe in themselves. And, you know, Wheeler, again, off that magical run last year, a game shy of getting into the state tournament final, losing to Cheney Tech. You know, Stephen Bailey's got 5 seniors here, and he's going to ride in the whole game. And much like Wheeler, Montville not very deep. They're going to feature 6 kids, maybe 7. So one of the big things for me when I look at a game like this is got to keep your guys out of foul trouble. When you're running with a small rotation of either 6 or 7 guys, keep your important players, your scorers, and your leaders out of foul trouble.
Yeah, and you have to adjust to how the whistle is. We saw some games yesterday were called tighter than others, so coaches got to realize that. If it's a tight whistle, maybe lay off on the hand checking, back off, give a step.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But listen, these teams, again, this is a league where teams see each other throughout the regular season, but these teams have not played either. And we saw a little bit of that yesterday. So another matchup where, hey, you know what? It's maybe take us 3 or 4 minutes to adjust to the physicality and adjust to the speed. And we're getting ready for the opening tip here at Waterford High School. Opening tip is sponsored by Kuchar Financial. When you want more than just tips, you want sound financial planning, go see Lee Kuchar at Kuchar Financial in New London. Lee can help with financial planning and investment, tax preparation, and planning For your business and personal needs, feel better about your financial decisions. Go to Kuchar Financial.
And Sports Doctor, the teams might not know each other, but the coaches do. They actually were teammates at Avery Point for a year under Coach James Child. So Coach Bailey, Coach Sear, former teammates now facing each other in the ECC tournament.
Yeah, and I think with a lot of these, a lot of the limelight for Wheeler the last couple of years, people are starting to realize the Sports Doctor went there too. So a very exciting time as we get ready to match things up and tip things off. Should be a good ball game today. Tap controlled by Kobieluk and the Wolves.
Kobieluk, one of the key focal points for the Wheeler defense.
Deep three in the corner by Montville. Rebound by Brewer. Settles, gathers. Zane Brewer just became Wheeler's all-time leading scorer this year. Deep three in the corner from Nate Main, off the mark. Rebound by Jace Chung. Chung will look to push. Wheeler back on D. Chung looks to make a move.
Wheeler playing 3-2 zone here to start.
Jalen Raphael runs the point for Coach Sear. Good defense by Wheeler. Raphael to the 10, gets his own miss, cleans up his act, and scores on a second chance scoring opportunity.
Yeah, if you're going to play 3-2 zone, you got to keep that shell up top tight. Cannot allow dribble penetration into the middle.
Darrell Linehan with the ball. Brewer, 5 seniors in the starting lineup. Man-to-man defense here. Nice move off the take by Maine. Off the mark, rebounded by Raphael. And a good look that time at the rim by Kobieluk, comes up a little short. Another second chance opportunity for the Wolves. Chung to Raphael, cracks the zone, the drive and the kick, and the ball out of bounds. Aiden Johnson with the greasy fingers over there, can't corral it. Quick turnover, and Wheeler comes back looking to get on the scoreboard.
Always the passer's fault.
No, it's all, yeah.
Always the passer. Raphael, great drive.
Okay,
just
that's not a good pass.
Take a pause and hit him in the chest.
Yeah. James Main, top of the circle, Brewer. And Brewer's going to draw a lot of attention when he gets the basketball. No doubt about it. He's there. He is their bread and butter. Nate Main looks. In a hand, nice move to the pin. And a strong rebound that time by Kobieluk. One and done on the offensive end for the Lions, coach. Kobieluk looking to make a move against Brewer. Drop step. Brewer with some good D, physical play. Let him go. James Main back to Brewer. Nate Main off the ball screen. And sloppy play by Wheeler on the offensive end.
I haven't been able to get Brewer a shot yet.
Anthony Malhoit, Brett Perry, and Andy Kane are officials for this ball game today. Heavy hitters this time of the year. Tournament time.
Cream of the crop.
Nothing but the best. 2-0. Team's just off the bus. 11 o'clock, coach. Slow start, first game. Kobieluk from the corner. Bang! Just like that, nothing but nylon. Good looking stroke by the big fella, too. Catch, shoot, no hesitation.
And Wheeler needs to run a play here to get Brewer a touch.
Again, Mason Perkins that time. Mixing it up a little bit.
2 turnovers for the Lions now.
Linehan looking to get Brewer a touch. And again, as soon as he gets the basketball, he is harassed. Deep three, off the mark. Rebound by Chung. And here come the Wolves. Kobieluk catch and shoot again. Boy, smooth stroke. When you got a big fella, it doesn't even hesitate and kind of rises up. It's tough to guard that. 6-0, Montville. All 5 Wheeler starters are seniors, very experienced crew. Perkins, Lenahan. Good defense here by Montville. Shot clock down to 6. Brewer, double team. Ball stolen by Johnson. Johnson with the steal. That offensive possession saw 25 seconds run off the clock and end with a turnover with your best player getting double teamed. So the offense right now, a little stuck on the bus for the Lions.
Yeah, great defensive intensity from the Wolves so far. They look like the better team early on here in the first quarter.
A little crisper. Raphael makes a move, trying to crack that zone. Chung with the hop step. Stephen Bailey calling for a double dribble. That's a Euro step, Stephen Bailey. 8-0 Montville. Wheeler going almost 5 minutes without a bucket. And not a lot of good looks either. Brewer to the rim, blocked by Kobuluk. Not on my watch. And here come the Wolves. Chung. Good look that time by Jack Treat off the mark. And Montville hustling for the second chance opportunity right now. Chung off the high ball screen. Little kick out and it's out of bounds. Brewer bring the ball up. There's a little bit of everything for Coach Stephen Bailey. High ball screen, James Main. Brewer, use that screen, and here comes the double team. That's a good job by Montville, coming off that screen and double teaming him so he can't, A, go to the bucket or get a shot up. Trying to force the ball out of his hands early, Coach.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Brewer's going to draw a lot of attention no matter what defense Montville chooses to play. Looks like straight man, but with a lot of attention given to number 34 for the Lions.
It seems like anybody else is going to beat us today but Brewer.
That's the game plan.
Nate Main in the corner. Treat guarding him. One more. You got Brewer open on the block. Here comes the help. Nate Main goes to the hoop. Oh, you got to take that in, son. You got to go in strong. Raphael. Treat. Chung turns the corner. Gets to the rim. Can't convert. Here comes Lenahan. Straight to the rim that time and not cashing his ticket is Nate Main. Raphael deep from 3 off the mark. And that ball is going to be off of Treat. It'll be a Wheeler ball. Dylan Hare into the game. Replacing number 2, Nate Main.
Wheeler fortunate to only be down 8. Montville has had a lot of clean and close looks at the basket that haven't gone in. They're going to switch it up, throw a little 2-2-1, 3-quarter right now.
6 minutes and counting. No points for the Lions and not a lot of good looks. Hare into the game. A lot of busy hands around Brewer. Frustration. Lenahan, deep 3. Splash. There you go. Get on the board. They call it a 2. But no, change to a 3. Treat to the hole with hands on the defensive end by Lenahan. And the Lions looking to convert. Sometimes all it takes is that first one to go down, Coach.
Yeah, Montville had switched to a zone that possession, and Wheeler found the open shooter.
Perkins to Lenahan. High ball screen, 2-man game. James Main off to Brewer.
Wolves back in man.
Yep. Good looking shot right there. 3 off the mark by Hare. Here comes Treat. Raphael, Treat, down to Kobaluk. Chung, cash money. Jace Chung, good ball movement that time by the Wolves.
Well, good recognition by Kobaluk, caught it, saw the open shooter, kicked it right out. Chung ready to shoot. Easiest threes are the inside-out threes.
Lenahan, Perkins, two-man game. Back to Hare. James Main from deep three off the mark. Perkins with hustle play. Gotta have a shot at the buzzer. Oh, in and out. 11-3, Montville. Take a quick break, come back on the other side. You're watching Game Day live at DII.com.
Here at Game Day, we're proud to bring you unrivaled video coverage of local high school sports. All of it free for you to watch. These videos are not free for us to produce them. If you'd like to ensure that we can keep covering your school and your teams, there's a few ways that you can support us. Hit up our merch store and pick up some Game Day gear in your school colors. Our camera operators are always looking for those shirts and hoodies in the crowd, and you may see yourself on our next live stream. We get a lot of support from businesses in our community, and if you'd like to join them as a sponsor, send us a message and we can connect you with our advertising staff. Finally, The Day is the organization behind everything we do here at Game Day. If you want to support The Day's community journalism, consider a print or digital subscription at theday.com/subscribe.
Well, Stephen Bailey talking things over. I'm sure he's talking things over about the offensive execution by the Wheeler Lions. And, Coach, the game plan is clear. 34 is not going to beat us if you're Coach Sear and the Wolves.
Yeah, and Wheeler struggling from the field, 1 of 10 shooting. Montville 5 of 11. So there's your 8-point lead.
And Montville with some clean looks, like you talked about the inside-out pass for the three. You know, and there's a quick steal by Dylan Hare and converts at the rim. So a little offense off of defense for Wheeler. Hare in off the bench, giving them a spark.
And what we know about these Stephen Bailey coach teams is they're not giving up.
Deep three and good. Cameron Payne. Brody Pappas into the game now for Stephen Bailey. Is a junior guard, number 1. High ball screen by Brewer. So Stephen Bailey looking for a little spark out there. Lenahan blocked again by Kobaluk. You can't be slow with that ball. Chung making a move. Gets into the paint. And we'll get rewarded with 2 free throws. Boy, I like the commitment of Chung when he turns the corner. He looks for the kick, Coach, and if it's not there, he's like, I'm going to go right to the rim.
Yeah, and he plays off 2 feet. Once he gets a little bit stronger with that elevation off of the 2 feet, he's going to be able to finish that with the contact. Right now, he's just drawing the fouls. But great play to land on 2 when he gets into the paint.
Yeah, it's just good basketball instinct, too, to want to finish at the rim. You know, you coach, you've seen it all. A lot of these kids don't want to go to the rim anymore, Coach.
Or they go out of control.
Right.
You know, and that's what I liked about that drive by Chung. Landed on 2, very balanced, was able to draw the foul.
Coach's son, right? Knocks down a couple free throws there. Pappas brings it up. He is harassed by Payne. (16-5). Don't want to let this thing get too far out of control here before the halftime if you're Coach Stephen Bailey and the Lions. 11 can become 20. We saw that yesterday in the girls' games. Hare. Pappas, deep 3. High arcing. Tries to get his own miss out of bounds. Ball will go over to the Wolves.
Yeah, perplexing that they're not able to get Brewer a shot.
No. Raphael running the show a little bit. A little miscommunication at time between Treat and Kobaluk. Treat thought he was going to dive to the corner. Kobaluk was going to the rim. Aiden Johnson back in the game for Jack Treat. Then Brewer has not had a lot of clean looks. I mean, 2 or 3 shots, but he's been under duress. Montville is making Wheeler work for everything on the offensive end. That's a good move by Brewer. Rebound by Kobaluk. That's Brewer's best look of the game. Looks 6-footer in the paint. Just couldn't knock it down. Chung. Raphael, good move. Looking for a little help on the baseline. Payne to kick to Chung. Flash, and that's there all game for Montville. Get into the paint, kick to the wing. Chung can knock him down.
10 points for Chung.
Yep. Leanahan on the other end for 2. And Chung's got to come out. He's got a bloody nose. So a little timeout. So a nice job by Chung off the 3, and then Wheeler actually beat him down the court on a fast break off a make with 2 passes.
Yeah, that basket counts, so it's
Basket
19-7.
Yep.
But the key, sports doctor, for the Montville offense and what Wheeler has to tighten up is the dribble penetration against the zone. Anytime you get the ball into the middle, either via the bounce or via the pass, it's going to distort the rotations. And so now, the last couple possessions, they were able to get into the middle. One time go into the basket. Last possession, they were able to kick out. If you get the ball into the middle, there's going to be somebody open.
You pinch the guards down, or, Coach, do you bring somebody up from the baseline?
Well, if you're playing 3-2, you got to tighten up.
Yeah.
You got to stay within an arm's length. I used to always call it tighten the shell.
Yeah.
You can't crack that top of the shell. That's better.
Well, half-court pressure there, 1-3-1. Turnover for Montville. Deep 3 that time from Pappas off the mark. Johnson with the rebound. And Jalen Raphael looks to control things for the Wolves. Payne, Kobaluk rises up, a little short. Brewer. 1 and done that time for Montville. Brewer looking for some little help out there. He looks a little indecisive.
Well, also one of the most unassuming leading scorers in school history that I've ever seen. And very deferential right now with his play.
Maybe Todd Wilkinson's record stood forever. He was the all-time leading scorer at Wheeler. A little before my time. Pappas. Maine. And a foul on Raphael. Jalen Raphael with a little ticky-tack foul, 40 feet from the basket. Drive the coach's nuts. 19-7, an important 4.5, 450 for Wheeler. Brewer working really hard to get a look. One more. Ball screen that time, and again, that's just Leanahan sets the screen. Pappas comes around the corner. You see the difference between him and a player like Chung, where Chung would know what to do with the ball.
Well, that's where you just have to land on 2.
Yeah.
You land on 2, get a piece of the paint. So we always used to teach, get a piece of the paint with 2 feet, and then you're a passer or a shooter at that point.
Raphael dribbles through the 1-3-1 pressure. Wheeler trying to crank things up on the defensive end. Deep 3 that time. Off the mark by Payne. It'll be Wheeler basketball.
Wheeler's still within an arm's length, so if they can go on a run, they definitely can hop right back into this game, but they got to find some ways to get some shots to fall. Got to find some ways to get Brewer some shots.
A little pressure there by Montville. And Wheeler's done a pretty good job of beating the pressure, but take that. They call that goaltending.
They would have had the follow layup anyway.
Yeah.
So to your point, Montville's half-court defense has been so good. I think the 2 times that they've tried to press, Wheeler scored.
Yeah, they've 6 points, I think, off the pressure. Raphael, the treat. Skip pass, Raphael. Big man could use a touch. Sets the screen. Better job that time by Wheeler defending. Cross-court pass, very dangerous. And Montville turns it over. And here comes Brewer looking to go to work against Jack Treat. James Maine to Hare. Deep 3 off the mark, 1 and done. Dylan Hare can't connect. Here comes Raphael, the big push. The Kovaluk blocked by Brewer from behind.
Reciprocity, sports doctor. You block mine, I block yours.
No, not on my watch.
That's awesome.
All right, so little things that have sparked the team a little bit. Wheeler's searching for that spark. There comes Brewer, double screen. Looking to go to work. There's going to be a jump ball and a tie-up. Stay Wheeler basketball.
Yeah, that's his patented move. He wants to catch it on the left wing, drive middle, pull up, or go to the rim.
Shows the ball a little too much with that move, though. Shows too much of the basketball to the defender. Deep three that time by Maine, off the mark. Brewer going up high, get the offensive rebound. Brewer frustrated, double, triple teamed every time he gets the ball. Nice pass. Underneath the Lenahan, blocked. Black Hoboluck. And here comes Street and Montville. Chung back in the game. Hoboluck. Catch, shoot. Can't convert at the rim. Dylan Hare scrapping for Stephen Bailey out there. Approaching the 2.5-minute mark. Feels like Montville's up by 40, doesn't it?
It really, I mean, they have the opportunity to be.
Brewer looking to go to work. Maine to the rim, blocked like Hoboluck. Man, the human eraser out there. Jace Hoboluck, timeout, Montville. Been a block party here in the second quarter. Points are at a premium by both squads, 19-9. This is why points are at a premium. You got defense like this coming from the backside. Get out of here. Very, very active is Jace Hoboluck.
Yeah, super athletic, quick on the bounce, and giving Wheeler fits. They're not able to get any easy buckets, really. Those two times that Montville pressed, that's kind of their easiest baskets of the game. So this half-court defense has been solid.
That Brewer on the backside that time, you know, from Hoboluck, if I'm Stephen Bailey, and I'm certainly not a coach, and you were in that position, but I mean, are you asking the other players to get more involved in the offensive end? Don't wait for the perfect shot. You know, if we got our guys double, triple teams, you catch the ball in the wing. I mean, let's let it rip a little bit. It seems like Wheeler's just, coach, a little hesitant to even shoot the basketball at times.
Well, I think this is how Stephen Bailey has coached his team. I don't think they're in that stage yet where it's just come down and let it rip. They've always been very methodical, run their offense.
Yep.
So he's not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater yet. You know, they're going to stick to the game plan. Unfortunately for Montville, they really could be up 20.
Yeah.
So that's very fortunate for Wheeler. Montville has the ball right now. Wheeler needs to get a stop, maybe a bucket or two, get it into single digits, and I think Coach Bailey will feel good about his team, and he'll be able to make some adjustments in the locker room. Right now, with 2 minutes left in the first half, you just want to stick with the game plan. Don't do anything crazy. Keep it in arm's length.
A little confusion about substitutions.
Yeah, they said he didn't have him there before the last whistle.
Right. All right, Raphael, 2 minutes to go here in the half. 19-9. Competitive, a little bit sloppy ball game. Good job on the defensive end by both teams. Raphael off the bounce to kick to Treat. Treat looking to go to work. The kick to Chung. Nice rise up jump shot by Chung. Boy, no hesitation in him. He can score the basketball. 2 dribbles, 12-footer, rise up, knock it down.
Yeah, sophomore coming out party a little bit right here. Semifinals, game day, playing well.
Lenahan. Here comes Maine. No. Brewer on the block. One-on-one against Treat. Turn, face, off the mark. Ball out of bounds off of Pappas. Again, we talked about that 10-point lead either being 6 going into the locker room, maybe 15. You know, and you walk that fine line, and right now Wheeler's at that fine line.
Montville keeping somebody in the paint. Whenever Brewer catches it, somebody is dropping off of their man to protect from any dribble drives, forcing Brewer to take mid-range jump shots.
Treat for 3. Off the mark. Out of bounds off of Lenahan. Reset the shot clock with 1:01 left to go in the first half. Raphael turns the corner, rises up. Can't convert. Main defensive rebound. And here come the Lions. Hare to Lenahan. Main. Hare has knocked down a triple in the game already. Nate Main. Off the ball screen. High off the glass. Little George Gervin-esque at the rim for 2.
Lions needed that. Now they need to stop. Extending their 3-2 a little bit here.
2-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. 10-point lead. Treat. Lazy pass, almost taken by Wheeler. The kick, the extra pass to Chung for 3. Good! On fire is Jace Chung. He has 15 points. Brewer at the buzzer, good if it goes. Off the mark. Wow. Jace Chung. Hot as a pistol in the first half as Montville will take a 24-11 lead into the locker room. We'll take a break. Stick around for second half action here on Game Day, live on today.com.
As the clock runs out on Wheeler, the Cheney Tech Chargers are headed to Mohegan Sun.
I think for the first couple of weeks or so, I was thinking about everything I could have done different, but a little bit after I realized like finishing the way we did was pretty impressive. So I was able to overcome that feeling of loss in the beginning, and now I'm feeling good now though.
When I took over the program and had Zane in his sophomore year, he conformed to that team type of basketball and really believed in me. He played with it with a chip on his shoulder every single day, every single practice. And you could see that and show it even in last year's tournament. I have a lot of respect for him as an individual and a lot of comfort being able to have a player like Zane.
My dad, he played, and everything he's ever done, he's taught me. And I've even taught him a couple things, but he's been there since I first touched the ball when I was like 3, and then ever since then he's helped me every single game. I look at him too.
He's a fierce competitor. He really is. I've seen some fires lit under his belt in the moment and in games as well as in practice. You know, he talked about having that leadership vocal point like DeAndre. He has now become our DeAndre and has become our vocal leader.
All of them really like gave me something in leadership. Like I saw leadership from all of them in different ways. And it just helped me like combine them all and become a better leader.
Every single year except for, you know, those magical unicorns like I had 2 years ago and then graduated nobody. You know, that same kind of feeling is, you know, this team has been within this program the last 2 years.
Well, it's definitely different because last year, you know, I've been on the same team with those guys since, you know, like 6th grade. And now this year we got all the guys in my grade that I have been playing with, just not at the same level. So I think it'll be interesting, but it'll definitely be fun. We're all friends. So.
It's time for the Athletes of the Future, Grade 8 Plays of the Week. Let's start with Griswold basketball. Aiden Cutter gets the loose ball on the floor, pass from his back to Braden Widener, ahead to Caden Kozlowskis, back to Widener for the basket. At number 7, easy basket for the Whalers? No. Kalen Delaney with the big block. At number 6, Alex Starts. Waterford swimming in the 100 butterfly versus Fitch. He gets to the wall second after 75 meters. But what a final 25 meters for Starts all the way back for the victory. At number 5, Blake Adlowski and Brady Erickson. How do you beat a 2-3 zone? Look at the lob. Finish it up, big man. Erickson throwing it down. At number 4, Aaron Guilfoy, Ellis Tech basketball. The long buzzer beater, got it. 62-61 over Lyman Memorial. Celebrate the game winner. At number 3, Gavin Jonash. Killingly wrestling, he's a freshman, but in OT, he comes up big and wins the ECC 106-pound final. At number 2, Stonington Sprint Medley Relay. Max De La Rosa, Chase Spurley, Hagen Drake, and Landon Pelletier win the Class S Sprint Medley. De La Rosa and Drake skipped their individual events to compete in 3 relays because they said, well, I'd rather go all-state with my friends than all-state by myself, and they bring home the crown. But at number 1, a little love for the big guy, Chris Aney, NFA track, on his second throw of the finals, and he knows it as he crushes the all-time state record set in 2022. He throws it 65 feet 7 inches, and that is your Athletes of the Future Grade 8 Plays of the Week. Chris Aney, go down to Athletes of the Future. Get a free week of training. Wow, what a throw.
On the first day of game day, the people just might see a wide open corner 3. On the second day of game day, the people just might see
2 legs of scooping.
On the third day of game day, the people just might see
3 players passing.
On the fourth day of game day, the people just might see more Falcons flying. On the fifth day of game day, the people just might see
5 golden rings.
On the sixth day of game day, the people just might see
6 swimmers swimming.
On the seventh day of game day, the people just might see
7-second pin.
On the eighth day of game day, the people just might see
8 plays of greatness.
On the ninth day of game day, the people just might see
9 bears are running.
On the 10th day of game day, the people just might see
10 teammates working.
On the 11th day of game day, the people just might see 11 Lancers leaving. On the 12th day of game day, the people just might see 12 tumblers running, 11 Lancers sleeping, 10 teammates working, 9 bears are running, 8 plays of greatness, 7-second pins, 6 swimmers swimming, 5 gold rings, 4 falcons flying, 3 players passing, 2 legs a scooping, and a wide open corner. 3
Got it.
Dimitri's a young man. His sophomore now, was elected captain by his peers and coaching staff, and he's somebody that we've been leaning on here. While he's still a young person, he's a guy who the kids are drawn to.
Coach pulled me, Arian, Aiden, and Hector, some of the other seniors on this team, over to his house, and we had a dinner together. And he basically just told us that we were captains. In the moment, I felt honored to be, already honored to be such a big part of a Montville team. And then, honestly, hearing that I was a captain, I was so proud, I was so happy. As soon as I got home, I told my mom.
It was a little, maybe because I'm a little bit older, having a sophomore be a guy, at the head of the leadership council was not something I was, exactly prepared for, perhaps, but we asked a great deal of him as a freshman, and I think he's more than earned the opportunity to lead this team. But one of the things that I think is most impressive about Dimitri might be the way he interacts with the entire student body at Montville High School, because he's a young man who, while he stands out physically, he doesn't only associate with athletes or in his case, advanced placement students. He really, it seems like everybody in this building has a relationship with him, and that's, really special this day and age, I think, for a kid like him to be able to relate to so many different people.
I try to fit in with groups all over. I try to make friends with whoever I can, nice to everybody I can be, honestly, just kind of be an upbeat, kind of happy person to everybody I encounter.
I felt, like perhaps I was taking too big of a risk by making him play as much as we did as a freshman, starting, on both sides of the ball as a 9th grader on the varsity, and him taking a lot of lumps. Like, he had a lot of mistakes and a lot of failure. But one of the things, as soon as I talked to him, at the end of that season, his ability to process adversity as a good thing for his development, and for him to not come in and just have instant, overwhelming success is how he's building this whole thing for us. He's a guy now who, because he endured what the rest of the roster endured, he's trying to bring them along each step.
Hopefully with practice this year and throughout the next couple of years, the young guys start learning, picking things up, and then throughout the next couple of years, maybe we can make it to a couple championships, with these young guys. We got a couple young guys with some talent. We got a couple young guys with some potential, so hopefully they can put it together. We can work hard throughout the couple summers and, make something happen.
We are back here at the X at Waterford High School to start the second half. Second half possession is brought to you by Kuchar Financial, located in New London. Kuchar Financial will help you keep possession of your money through sound financial planning and investment, tax planning, and preparation for individuals, small businesses. Everyone wants to feel better about their finances, so go see Lee Kuchar at Kuchar Financial and let him help you feel more confident. Coach, confidence, talk about the differences in shooting in the first half between the Wolves and the Lions.
Wheeler struggling, 5 of 24, 1 of 10 from beyond the arc. Montville, 9 of 21, 4 of 8 three-point shooting. Sam Chung with 15 on fire, Sports Doctor.
Yeah, not a lot of trips to the free throw line either. So I think Sam Chung is the only kid that's attempted a free throw tonight.
2 free throw attempts. Yeah,
Jace Chung, I'm
Jace
sorry.
Chung.
I'm talking about, sorry about that. Treat off to Raphael. Chung is going to go to work. Goes to the hole, lays it down for Johnson, and he stepped out of bounds.
And that's what Wheeler needed to start this second half. Play some defense, and now run your offense. Make sure we get Brewer a touch.
Leading hand, top of the circle to Maine. Here comes Brewer. Picked up by Koboluk. Leanahan looking to go to work on the baseline. Strong move, and he'll find himself at the free throw line for 2.
We talked about that at halftime. Wheeler hasn't been to the free throw line once. They need to get the ball inside and be a little bit more deliberate, try to draw fouls. They did that right there.
That was on Chase Chung. Free throw off the mark. Garrett Leanahan, senior. Part of that magical run last year by the Lions. Saw them win an ECC Division II championship at the Mohegan Sun and fall 1 game short of going back to the Mohegan Sun in a loss to Cheney Tech in the state tournament. 1 out of 2, and Wheeler doubled up right now, 24-12, and here comes the pressure.
Extend that 3-2, look to trap on the sidelines.
Foul's going to be on Nate Maine. A little too aggressive over there at Jalen Raphael.
Just a step too late. He almost had that steal.
Chung, good treat. Koboluk, good look, catch, shoot. A little short, had it on a string that time. Here comes Maine and the Lions. Kicks to Maine, off the mark. Leanahan, pump fake, and they go to the free throw line.
Pump fake, Sports Doctor. First half, they're going straight up. Kobaluk sending it into the bleachers. This time pump fake. Get the guy to jump. Get him off balance. Draw the foul.
He is a lunch pail kid indeed, Garrett Linehan.
Yeah, all these guys, all they had to do last year, come in for a couple minutes, give a little energy, grab a rebound, then they go back to the bench. Everybody gives them a slap and says, great job. Now they got to do a lot more. They got to score. They got to defend. A lot of minutes, a much different role, but Coach Bailey's been coaching them up.
I give him credit. I mean, not a lot of people would expect them to have a successful year this year. Losing so many pieces. Obviously, a lot of that is due to Brewer's success this year. But, Stephen Bailey's a good coach. Raphael to Chung. Chung with the hot hand in the first half. 15 of the 24 points. Raphael to the rim. Brewer, good job defending. Took the bump, got the rebound. Wheeler looks to push. Brewer, coast to coast, blocked by Kobaluk. Kobaluk's got something to say about it, too. Get out of here, he says.
Once again, that's where you would like to see.
Kobaluk, hop step in the lane again. Short. It was smooth early for him, but he's pulling the string on his shot a little bit now. Short arming everything.
You'd like to see when Brewer gets into the lane that he can land on two and lift the defender instead of challenging him straight on.
Brewer straight up, off the mark. Main with the offensive rebound, get hit in the face.
I don't know how that can't be a foul.
And that foul's going to be on Kobaluk. Dylan Hare will check into the game for Coach Bailey and the Lions. Nate Main will sit. (24-13). Brewer to Perkins. James Main with the rebound. Linehan. Brewer from Pawcatuck, in and out. Rebound by Kobaluk. Montville looks to push. Payne gives it up for Raphael. So Montville looks a little out of sorts on the offensive now, too. They haven't scored a bucket coming out of the locker room. Good defense that time by Wheeler. Turnover. Here comes Brewer. Hare from the corner. Flash. Got it under double digits.
And the Lions have the advantage in the bleachers. You hear the crowd.
5-0 run to start the second half, and a turnover by Brewer. Getting harassed by Payne. Took the bump. No call. Payne's all over him. They got to call something. Boy, let him go a little bit. Brewer gives Payne a shove. Perkins. Hare. James Main. High ball screen for Linehan. Nice pass underneath the Hare, cutting to the basket. Just off the mark, and here comes Chung. Up ahead to Kobaluk. Off the side of the rim. Trying to call the block. Oh. Gonna be on Linehan. 2 shots for Jace Chung. End-to-end action. This is the fastest pace I've seen this game since the opening tip, Coach. Up and down the court, end to end. Montville still not in the scoring column in the second half.
Yeah, it's come out of the locker room in somewhat of a fog, surprising. 3 turnovers, 3 missed shots, and a missed free throw.
Well, 5-0 run, little mini run for Wheeler.
Wheeler still just can't find the stroke from the outside yet.
1 out of 2 from the stripe. Leads 9. Hare again. He's giving that team a spark. Perkins, good job. Yep.
Good teamwork.
Cameron Payne, good teamwork, good officiating.
Good teamwork. Anthony Malhoy, trail official, didn't see it. Goes to Andy Kane. And Andy had seen it clearly.
Mason Perkins with the hands on defense knocked it off of Cameron Payne. Wheeler definitely playing in the second half with a lot more energy than he did in the first.
Just can't seem to find the touch from the three-point range.
Perkins, Maine, to the rim, short-armed it a little bit. Oh!
That you can't score a basket from underneath the rim.
So whose ball is it?
It will be Wheeler's.
Wheeler's ball, all right.
Because Montville knocked it through the cylinder backwards.
Okay.
It's a violation.
Hare from the corner. Off the mark. Payne with the rebound. Here comes Chung.
Can't buy one, sports doctor.
No. In this third quarter, they've had an opportunity to get back in this game. Montville with only 1 point. Kovaluk, Treat. Off the mark, Lenahan with the rebound. Montville has scored 1 point in the third quarter, and Wheeler still trails by 9. Brewer brings that ball down low. Taken away. And a takedown. And Brewer is frustrated.
And he also got hit in the head.
Yep.
Little action after the.
That is a frustrated, tired scoring machine right there.
So they got tied up. Kobaluk and Brewer got tied up after the ball had gone out of bounds. And some body part from a Montville player hit Brewer in the head. So the referee's talking it over to see if any of that was intentional. It didn't appear that anything was intentional.
No.
But that's what the officials are discussing right now, if there was a foul. Originally, it looked to me
was
like
going down, and he kind of held on to Kobaluk a little bit, so maybe they're talking about that.
It looked like it was just going to be out of bounds off Kobaluk. And now a discussion because of the.
Well, I just think it's a play on it, in my opinion, at this point.
Well, anytime the head is hit, you have to talk about if there's any kind of intent. They don't have the advantage of the replay, unfortunately. They're actually going to call this foul.
Fouls on Brewer.
On Brewer after it got stripped.
Yep.
So he pushed Kobaluk, but then got the brunt, unfortunately, of the action because he got landed on. So insult to injury.
So assess personal foul to Zane Brewer, Montville possession, down on the far baseline. Cameron Payne will inbound to Raphael. Pressure by Wheeler, broken by Montville.
Got to find Chung after the press break.
Yeah, a little 1-3-1 by Wheeler. Chung rise splash. Boy, give that kid the basketball and give him an inch and he'll take a mile.
Yeah, well, just playing with so much poise right now. Hard shot fake, got the guy to fly by and gets to his mid-range spot. Had all day to shoot it.
Brewer from deep, no good. Rebound by Kobaluk. Here comes Treat. Chung. Treat. Chung. Two-man game. Chung with a good take into paint. Too strong. Here comes Lenahan. Kick can flat out score the basketball, though. I like that about him.
Yeah, I just love how he plays off 2 feet. Never looks rushed.
Brewer to Maine. Maine swallowed up Brewer. Good defense that time by Chung. Brewer is just frustrated, calling for a foul. Nothing going his way right now.
Yeah, he's fading on almost every jump shot. So he's losing his lift.
Good look that time by Jace Koberluck. There's that smooth jumper from the baseline we like to see. But him and Chung have kind of settled the game down a little bit from Montville in the third quarter.
Yeah, Wheeler just still can't find any kind of consistency scoring the basketball.
Lenahan Hare lets it rip. Splash! All right, he's been their best player. He's coming off the bench. He's played pretty well. Knocked down a couple threes, played some good defense. 8 for Hare. Chung rises up. He's in and out, coach. Offensive rebound to Raphael for 2. Good hustle play that time by Cameron Payne.
Yeah, miscommunication from the Lions. Two guys looked at each other, thought the other one was getting the rebounds.
And the lead's 12. Perkins. Off Brewer's hands. High heater. Over Brewer's head.
Yeah, that's what we talk about with the poise. Land on 2. Make sure you deliver a pass in the strike zone, where the receiver can catch it.
A 1-3-1 by the Lions. Throw it over the top to the big man. Koberluck. Treat will settle things down. 22 on the shot clock. 33 on the game clock. Treat. Koberluck looking to go to work against Perkins. Took the bump, no foul. Out of bounds. Wheeler basketball. Shot clock off. Wheeler wants to get this thing down to 10 or possibly 9. Going into the fourth quarter, 19 points. Brewer turns the corner. Can't finish. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Got tripped going to the hole. Might have been a bailout call there, Coach.
Yeah, he's trying to be more assertive, trying to find ways to score. Has struggled today. Good defensive effort from the Wolves so far to limit his touches and to contest every shot that he's taken.
First free throw is good. James Main will check back in. Linehan will sit.
That's his first point of the game, Sports Doctor.
And that's something. And that's something. All-time leading scorer Wheeler has been carrying the team, and his first bucket comes with 9 seconds left to go in the third quarter. 10-point game. Treat. Trying to go coast to coast. And a block called on Hare underneath the rim. Treat will go to the line to shoot 2. Jack Treat, he's a junior. Tough kid, one of the leaders of this team. First free throw is off the mark. Second free throw, no good. Brewer with the rebound. Main at the buzzer, good if it goes, off the mark. Stick around for fourth quarter action on the other side, live on GameDay.com.
It's time for the 2025 Best of the Best Reader's Choice Awards contest, brought to you by The Day. This is your chance to let us know who your favorite people, places, and businesses are throughout southeastern Connecticut. And now, we're including a game day category where you can nominate high school athletes, coaches, and plays of the season. Submit your nominations daily in each category, now through February 23rd. The more you nominate, the greater the chance your favorites have to make it to the voting round. View full contest details and nominate now at theday.com/bestof. Remember, nominations close February 23rd, so don't wait. It's the day's best of the best.
Third quarter that seemed a little sluggish from Montville. They got bailed out down the stretch by Jace Koberluck and again by Jace Chung. And it just seems like if you find this kid in an open spot on the wing, he'll knock down a 3. Or if you could get him into the paint, he'll knock down that 8-footer. Coach, he's got a lot of weapons in his arsenal for only a sophomore.
Absolutely, and on the other side, Wheeler's top scorer with only 2 points, that's Zane Brewer. He's got to find a way to go off here in the fourth quarter. Wheeler has not shot it well from three-point range, 3 of 17 this game. Montville 5 of 9 from three-point range. That's been a big difference in the scoreboard.
Main to Brewer. Brewer rises up from the free throw line, pulls it on his string, a little short. Not a very confident player right now either. He's taking a lot of bumps and bruises, and it's showing on the release of his shot. Raphael to Treat, to dump down to Kovaluk. Triple teamed out to Raphael. Chung calling for the ball. There he is. Off the mark. Treat with the little scoop. Comes up short. Kovaluk, 3 for $1 again from Montville. Not 1, not 2, 3 offensive rebounds, and Kovaluk converts.
If you're going to come back from this kind of deficit, you must limit your opponent to 1 shot.
Yeah, you got to maximize your own possessions. That's a good way to do it. Brewer looking to go to work. Treat harassing him. Deep 3 by Maine, off the mark. Rebound by Kovaluk. Right, Brewer's got a hard time freeing up his right arm even to get a shot up.
Yeah, Wheeler continuing to shoot from 3, now 3 of 18.
Huh? Nice pass in the leaf down low to Kovaluk. He gets whacked in the head by Brewer. So Chung showed you he can give you the look too. Delivered the pass on the hip of Kovaluk. Kovaluk went to work, will find himself at the line to shoot 2.
And Montville in complete control. Not the most high-powered offensive game, but the Wolves have been very disciplined on defense. A dedicated effort on Zane Brewer. They're giving up the 3.
Yeah.
They're going to say, we're going to live with some other guys taking some open 3s, and that strategy has paid off as the lines are 3 of 18 from that area.
When you start the game up by 8, start the game up by 10, and never really relinquish it. They've had that buffer, that luxury zone, where Wheeler's got to work that much harder just to get back in the game.
Yeah, and they've had their chances.
Yeah.
They just can't knock down shots consistently.
Brewer short on the 3. Rebound. Fought for. Perkins. Treat. Jump ball. Couple of tough kids right there. Treat and Perkins is fired up and Treat smiling about it.
Wheeler won't go down
No.
without a fight. They're going to extend pressure here.
With a bump foul on the edge by Lenahan. Chung looking to turn the corner.
What Wheeler really needs to do is create some live ball turnovers, get some runouts. They haven't had any fast break opportunities this half.
Chung looking to turn the corner, head on a swivel. Kicks out to Treat. Montville resets, 20 on the shot clock. Treat, fiddling. High jump shot by Kovaluk, miss. Brewer with the rebound. Brewer, coast to coast. Good move that time, can't get it to go. Boy, that thing was in and out. And the ball's off of Brewer. Montville basketball.
Wheeler still scoreless this quarter, 0 of 4.
It was a good look that time. He got right to the rim, laid it off the glass, challenged the big fella on Kovaluk. Ball rolled around the circle and dropped short.
Wheeler will stay in this extended 3-2, try to get Montville to make quick decisions.
Payne from 3, off the mark. Another second chance opportunity cashed in by Jace Kovaluk. 12 for Kovaluk. Couple of baskets this quarter. There's a foul on Raphael. Joe Shear doesn't like that. But a couple of buckets, this quarter coming off of second and third chance scoring opportunities for Montville.
Yeah, and that's
can't get back into the game now. It is giving extra possession. Lenahan. Nice pass to Maine, a little give and go for 2.
That's the Wheeler basketball that we've come to know. Sharing the ball, sharing and caring, cutting. Keep moving without the basketball.
Treat gonna settle things down out there. Montville, no rush. Treat to the rim. Rebound by Brewer, looks to push. Chung with the quick hands. Takes the pass away, comes Raphael. Drive, the kick, the extra pass. Payne to the rim, the hoop, in the harm. Cameron Payne. Nice move around the circle, coach. The commitment to get to the rim and to finish.
Yeah, those 3 guys, Kobaluk, Payne, and Chung, have been very impressive. If they are able to finish this off, that's quite a trifecta to go into Wednesday night's final. 3 guys that are able to score the ball like that.
Lead 16. In the third quarter, Wheeler had a lot of opportunities to get back in his game. Now it's slipping away from him a little bit. Drive, kick, Maine from the corner. Off the mark. Another missed 3 by Wheeler. Montville looking to push. Brewer. Treat on the other side. Play on. Payne. Hustle play. Down low to Lenahan at the rim for 2. Timeout, Stephen Bailey. Leads down to 14. See, when you start looking at this game now, as a coach, you start looking at time and possessions. You're down by 14 points, 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. How do we create extra possessions for ourselves, extra scoring opportunities, things along that nature?
Yeah, Montville's obliged in the last couple of possessions. They've taken quick shots. I think Montville is the one that really needs to talk about how we're going to milk the clock a little bit or make sure that we convert. Wheeler's going to just do the same thing they've been doing. And that's probably just Coach Bailey just wanted to make sure, re-emphasize, we're speeding them up, we're trapping, we're attacking the rim. It's Montville now that has to kind of withstand this blitz and not get silly with the basketball.
Griswold kids ready for the next game in the stands watching. Coach Molesky and his squad.
That'll be a very interesting matchup with a dynamic Ledyard team playing well right now.
Selling out, doubling everything right now. Kobaluk with Perkins on him. Nice hands that time by Pappas. Payne corrals it. Treat. Drive, kick, Payne. Good! There you go. There's your offensive set. Milk the clock, run 25 seconds, catching on a 3-ball in the corner.
That's the dagger, Sports Doctor. Up 17, 3.5 to go.
All right, Wheeler did a great job on defense, made Montville work, driving the kick to the corner. Payne's played a great second half. Easy, coach.
Absolutely.
Payne is doing in the second half what Chung did in the first half on the offensive end for Montville. Brewer. High arcing shot, no good. Here comes Chung with the rebound. Montville looking to push. Raphael to the cup. Strong finish on the backside. Jalen Raphael leads 19. Hare from deep. Off the mark. And Kobaluk gets the rebound. And the slipper's getting a little bit tighter right now for Wheelers. They're down 19 with just over 2.5 to go. Wheeler just couldn't knock down any shots today, Coach. The foul on the perimeter. Lenahan fouls Chung. But the three-point shooting has really hurt them.
Yeah, that's been the problem is their shooting. But it's an interesting perspective, who is the Cinderella, as Montville kind of, struggled for a lot of the season and has got it going on as a 6 seed here. But they are a much bigger school. One of the unique things about this tournament, there's still a big discrepancy between the Division III ECC schools and the Division IV. That's what made Montville's tournament victory, Wheeler's tournament victory so impressive last year as a Division IV champion. The Division III schools do have a significant advantage with their size of their school.
Kovaluk will find himself at the rim. at the line. I'm sorry, misses at the rim, but finds himself at the line to shoot 2. Fouls on Brewer.
So who's the Cinderella is my point. Like,
right now it's Montville.
Is it Montville?
Yeah.
But Wheeler's a small school, maybe it definitely in the league and one of the small schools in the state.
Yeah.
You know, so for them to make a trip back to Mohegan Sun after losing the majority of their team,
right?
They kind of are like a Cinderella again, but because they had gained that respect as the champion, and because they have Brewer, maybe they were seen as the favorite today. But looking at
so maybe
the rosters,
maybe people from the outside now, like last year, they're looking at, hey, look at Wheeler. Now we're like, hey, look at Montville.
Exactly.
They got a little run going here.
Exactly.
All right. Right around 2 minutes left to go in the game. Big deep 3 by Brewer. Finally finds the mark, and the lead is 17. Stephen Bailey going to talk things over a little bit. James Noyes will check in for Wheeler. And Stephen Bailey still coaching, still working, still teaching. Let's get a stop. Let's get a bucket. Let's hang in there.
Absolutely. Not going to stop coaching. And a state tournament coming up. They'll be the 21st seed in Division 5. Montville also, a Division 5 school. They're number 20 seed in Division 5. So actually, Montville higher seed in the state tournament than they were in the ECC tournament.
It's something. Look at Stephen Bailey, and you look at his team and his success. And all schools go through this. Last year with the success. You've gone through it too. You've won an ECC championship, right? And look how long it took you to win another one. You won your first year coaching, and then was it last year coaching that you won?
Last 2 years.
Last 2 years. I'm sorry, but I mean it's. sorry, Juice. But it's not that easy, is it?
It's not.
It's not that easy.
It's not. Especially when you're the hunted.
Yeah.
Like being the hunted is far more difficult than being the hunter.
Right. And whether how big or small they are, Wheeler's had that little stigma on their back last year because of last year's run.
Defending champs.
Yes.
Absolutely. You could put that on the bulletin board if you're Joe Sear. They're the defending champs. We got to go knock them off. We got nothing to lose.
Yeah. Just under 2 minutes to go, 45-28. Jack Treat at the line to shoot 2. I like the way this Montville team plays, everyone, and I like the way they're clicking a little bit right now. They're well coached.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can tell the discipline, just from not letting the thing get out of hand a little bit. That is a well-coached basketball team right there.
Very dangerous team for either Griswold or Ledyard.
Yeah.
I don't know how Montville isn't considered a co-favorite whoever they play on Wednesday.
Yep, they got a little size and toughness up front with Treat and Kovaluk. You got a couple of kids that can tow it up from the outside, and Chung and Payne. Good solid point guard. Doesn't do too much. He runs the show, plays good defense. Good team, playing their best basketball at the right time.
Absolutely.
That's what tournament play is all about.
Absolutely.
What they call a moving screen that time on James Maine. 47-28, your count here at Waterford High School. Post-game coming up with the player of the game, or British Luck Cabin player of the game, the coach, the whole team, Joe Sear. Got a good idea who the player of the game might be.
Academic for the most part at this point. $1:39 on the clock. 19-point lead for the Wolves.
Chung, head down. Comes off the screen. Treat, gotta go get it. Nice play that time. Milked the clock. Coach Sear trying to put this game in the cooler. Johnson at the rim for 2. 21-point lead. Well, the Montville Wolves will have a short road trip to the Mohegan Sun on Wednesday. They will punch their ticket and take on the winner of the next game between Griswold and Ledyard, Coach.
Yeah, it should be a good one.
And an exciting time for this Montville program because they haven't sniffed a lot of success in the last few years. So it's nice to see.
Absolutely.
Steal by Pappas. Pappas to the rim for 2.
Cracking the 30-point mark with that steal and bucket.
Kovaluk, double teamed. About a millisecond difference between the shot clock and game clock. Can I say that? Casey's looking at me. A millisecond difference between the shot and game clock. Loves it. All right, Montville fans are up, and the Montville Wolves will pack their bags and not travel very far for a road trip on Wednesday down to the Mohegan Sun. They knock off Division II champion the Wheeler Lions 49-30 in a game which they led start to finish.
Yeah, and it was a dedicated effort on defense, as they're actually going to put a 1.3 back on the clock because it was a shot clock violation. So possibly more than a millisecond.
More than a millisecond. Yeah, that's all right.
Wheeler
inbound. And that will be it. Congratulations to the Montville Wolves. They will punch their ticket to the Mohegan Sun. Stick around for the post game here in a few minutes. You are watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Tonight's player of the game is brought to you by Roberto's Log Cabin Restaurant. Nestled in the woods of Lebanon, Connecticut, Roberto's Log Cabin is the cozy rustic home of comfort food. Family owned and operated, the Cabin, as it's fondly known, offers a diverse menu of hearty fare from burgers to the best ribs in the state. So come check out the Hallway of History in the newly renovated tavern, sample the diverse menu, get your craft beers and cocktails, all while watching your favorite sports on one of their 10 TVs. Stop in, see Rob and the crew, and tell them Game Day sent you. Player of the game by Roberto's Log Cabin Restaurant. Game Day is a production of The Day Publishing Company. If you'd like to support Game Day and help us continue to bring you the best in Connecticut high school sports, please consider purchasing a print or digital subscription to The Day at theday.com/subscribe.
Back at Waterford High School, where we just witnessed the Montville Wolves knock off the Wheeler Lions 49-30 to advance to the Mohegan Sun for the ECC Division II final on Wednesday. The Sports Doctor has our player of the game.
All right, Roberto's Log Cabin player of the game, Jace Chung. Jace, take this down to Roberto's Log Cabin. Wear this T-shirt in there, family, friends, free plate of wings. Listen, 15 points in the first half. We kind of took things over on the scoring and talk about the touch a little bit early.
I just trusted my teammates to give me the ball, and today the shots were going in.
Yeah, a little inside-outside game. Do you like catching and shooting on the wing better, or you like going to the rim?
I really like to catch and shoot, but yeah, if I have a lane to the rim, I'll go.
Right. Now, all season you guys have been playing. How does it feel now to go to the Sun and play for a championship?
It feels amazing, especially because of last year we were unsuccessful, but yeah, we're gonna win. Yeah.
Well, pack your bags, son. You're going to the Sun on Wednesday. Coach Joe Sear, listen, last year's Wheeler team was kind of that story. Do you feel like this is your story this year with this club?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these guys, I tell them all the time, they don't realize how hard they play. They play so hard, they grind, they just do whatever it takes consistently. I had confidence in this bunch the entire year. Our coaching staff did. They had confidence in themselves. We lost some games. We went 9-11 regular season, but we had confidence the entire time.
Right.
We know who we were.
How important is it to peak at the right time? And the last few games, you guys have been peaking.
Yeah, that's huge. Just because we got some guys that they believed, even though we had a 5-game losing streak, they stayed together. They believed, and now everything matters a little bit more. So you see our seniors are just they want one more game. We just keep saying one more game, one more game.
All right, listen, guys, enjoy this. Coach, great job. You guys are going to Mohegan Sun to play for a championship. Let's hear it. Let's go.
All right, Sports Doctor, a happy group of Montville Wolves. An impressive performance. We'll see who they play. The winner of the Griswold Ledyard game. We'll have all that action coming up live. Stick around. Game Day on theday.com.
The following is a presentation of The Day.
You are looking live at the X here at Waterford High School, playing host to today's ECC Division I and Division II boys semifinal conference tournament games. And we're about to tip off with Ledyard and Griswold here on Game Day. Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. Gear up for Game Day with a winning smile from Waterford Dental Health, located in Waterford, where your go-to for top-notch dental care in a relaxed, friendly setting. Whether you need a routine checkup, a cosmetic boost, or advanced treatment, our experienced team has you covered. Enjoy the game with confidence and comfort. Schedule your appointment today. Waterford Dental Health, where your smile is our top priority. Visit us online or call now to book. And all smiles, the sports doctor, Keith O'Brien, along with the coach, Chris Giusti. Another ticket to be punched here at the X. Big-time matchup. Griswold versus Ledyard. And Montville awaits in the wings, but right now we got a really, really good team, with a team peaking at the right time in Ledyard, with a very, very solid team all year long in Griswold.
Yeah, and let's hope that this matchup is the same as the last time these two teams met. They combined for 170-something points, an 88-85 buzzer-beating win by Griswold. From our lips to the basketball god's ears, let's hope this is a high-scoring affair.
Coach Rob Molesky, he's been around a long time for Griswold. Coach, you remember him back at the NFA days, and working with Neil and stuff like that. And he's had this team in this position, a time or two down the road, where he's made a trip into a conference final. And on the other side, in DJ Exum, he is trying to restore the glory days back to Ledyard and get him back into playing for a conference championship.
Yeah, 2 years ago, Griswold won the Division II ECC tournament at Mohegan Sun, knocking off Killingly. It wasn't too long ago where Ledyard was playing in the Division I championship against somebody that I remember, and now they they are in Division II. But as you said, Coach DJ Exum, who's no stranger to these big games, playing for the New London Whalers in his playing career. He's got this team playing great at the right time.
Yeah, Game Day was there, I think, back in January when we saw them beat Stonington. And he flat out said, our kids deserve this. They work hard. They deserve the success that we're gonna achieve. And he's an excitable young man and loves coaching these kids, and these kids love playing for him. The opening tip is sponsored by Kuchar Financial. When you want more than just tips, when you want sound financial planning, go see Lee Kuchar at Kuchar Financial in New London. Lee can help with financial planning and investment, tax preparation, and planning for your business and personal needs. Feel better about your financial decisions. Go to Kuchar Financial as we get set to tip things off here at the X. Game 2 of 4. The heavyweights coming up this afternoon, and I'm not just referring to Casey O'Neill, I mean the teams too, but the heavyweights coming up at 4 o'clock, and it's going to be a great afternoon of basketball here, and this is it. This is the next step to the Mohegan Sun. Shevlin controls the tip for Ledyard, and Dudley will handle the ball, the point. Ledyard coming in 10-10 on the season.
Wolverines man-to-man, sports doctor.
Weber turns the corner. Gives it up for Dudley. Shevlin trying to establish himself in the post. Coach calling for movement. Hubbard, high ball screen. 4 on the shot clock to the rim. The putback by Shevlin. So Hubbard got to the rim, and Shevlin cleaned up the mess. 2-0 Colonels.
We saw that he is very good at keeping the ball high.
Deep 3 in the corner. Nick Waters for 3.
Griswold will shoot the 3. They will shoot it frequently and with many different players. That is a big part of their offensive strategy.
Little strip there by Griswold. Turnover, and here comes Weber. Both teams feeling each other out early. Weber picks up his dribble. Deep three in the corner. No, a travel called on Hubbard.
Third meeting between the teams. Griswold won easily in early January at their place. And as we referenced, a nail-biter double overtime, 88-85. Griswold beats Ledyard at Ledyard back on January 29th.
Colby Mills looking for a high ball screen. Mills, fiddling, diddling to Cutter. Cutter, a very good football player this year, too. Waters got the game's only shot. Deep three that time off the mark by Kozlowskis.
Now all 5 guys on the Griswold in the Griswold starting lineup will shoot the three. Both teams also playing man-to-man, so Ledyard a lot more deliberate, trying to run their stuff. Griswold kind of move it around and find the open shooter and jack it up.
A little reach and foul that time by number 10, Braden Widener. So Rob Molesky in a position again to get back to another league championship game with this group.
And they're all juniors.
They're all juniors.
So it could be second verse, same as the first next year.
Shevlin out to Dudley. Deep three in the corner, blocked that time. Weber had a block. Another traveling violation.
Yeah, that time he landed pity-pat. If you're going to make the jump stop, you got to land 2 feet at the same time, not alternating. That's why he got called for the travel.
Mills will bring it up for the Wolverines. Looking to make a move. Stolen that time by Weber. Sloppy play early on both sides. Weber to Shevlin, the big fella. Inside a block that time by Mills.
Yeah, it looked like Shevlin could have just turned and laid it in. Instead, he threw it out, and 2 blocked 3-pointers. We don't see that often.
Quick speed of Griswold. Ball goes into Jack Leaf. Back up top to Dudley. Very patient set here by Ledyard. Weber to Dudley. Dudley trying to turn the corner. Gets into the paint. Blocked by Kozlowskis. Shevlin. High arcing jump shot. No good. Third chance scoring opportunity here for Ledyard. Little up and under dipsy-do. For 2. Jack Leaf. Johnny on the spot. Kozlowskis right back the other way with the left hand. Says, take that, big fella. And right back come the Colonels, end to end. Dudley for 3. Off the mark. Mills gathers. Big push up to Waters. Waters, the harm, not to hoop. Little end-to-end action here, Coach will have control.
Well, that's this Griswold style of play. They like to push. Like I said, multiple guys can score it. They shoot it, they drive it. They're very interchangeable. Kozlowski's kind of the one guy that gives them their size, and he's big enough to actually give some resistance to Shevlin. I think Shevlin's got to make a concerted effort to, when he gets the ball inside, to be assertive and attack the rim.
Calvin Cassavant comes in for Shevlin. Shevlin gives a look to the coach, why are you taking me out? Every player does that. Well, free throws there by Waters. And here comes Hubbard. Dudley, high ball screen that time from Weber to Leaf. Leaf turns the corner, gets into the paint, can't convert. Kozlowskis with the rebound. And here comes Cutter. Well, up and under by Kozlowskis, a little short, and he'll be called for the foul afterwards. So Ledyard doing a good job on a defensive glass and doing a good job keeping the Griswold Wolverines from getting to the rim early.
Little pressure here, a little token man-to-man.
All juniors out there for Coach Molesky and the Wolverines. Dudley looking for a little bit of help. Out to Cassavant, back to Dudley, a little inside out. Shot off the mark. Rebound that time by Hubbard. He makes a move, and he gets fouled. Roger Warner, Todd Morgan, and Chad Cooney, the referees. Nothing but the best. Tournament play.
Griswold brings in one of their seniors, Mello Curtis, number 2.
And Cutter picks up the loose change and looks to push. And throws it to nobody.
No advice there. Somebody zigged when
he should have zagged
Cutter
or cut.
Cutter thought he was going to
yeah.
zag. Turnover.
7-4. A little bit of a sloppy start to the game. Both teams feeling each other out. Good on-ball pressure defense by Griswold and by Mills. Cutter's another guy who can get in your grill pretty good, and he shows it right there. Taking away space from the offensive players. Leaf pulls up from about 6 feet short. Kozlowskis with the rebound, and he's fouled.
Ledyard has gotten their money's worth here in the first quarter as they've attempted 11 shots, whereas Griswold's only attempted 4 so far. Unfortunately for the Colonels, they're trailing by 3.
Mills comes to the front court. Beats Weber to the rim and converts. A little quick step and the bounce. The drive into the paint, no man's land, gets his own loose change that time. It's Dudley. And Cutter right back the other way for Griswold. Drive, kick, shot, corner 3. Perfect. Waters from the deep end of the water.
He was the guy who hit the game winner in the 88-85 double overtime win. Hit a 3 from the corner.
Timeout, Ledyard. You know, Coach, and it looks like you said, the style right now for Griswold is get the ball and go. Whether it's off a make, whether it's off a miss, whether it's one pass, let's push up the sidelines.
Yeah, that's the way
deep 3, yeah.
The way they like to play is get it up, find the open shooter, and let it fly.
And that's one pass off of a missed basket. Recognize, you spot up in the corner. Let's give it to him. Let's feed him. Let's knock it down. They want to push the issue.
Yeah, when they've struggled when those shots aren't falling, and then they get kind of out of sorts with what they want to do. But that's primarily what they want to do: get the ball up court quick, shoot a 3, crash, do it again.
Yeah, it's a good timeout too by DJ Exum because you know once you see things the first couple times, call timeout early. You know, let's reset ourselves on the defensive end. Talk about taking care of the basketball because, you know, unfortunately in the first couple games, we've seen these things, you know, go from 6 to 8 to 15 quick. You know, and Coach just reminded them, let's just be patient. We know what they're going to do. We're prepared for it. Let's just execute. Dudley brings the ball up in the front court. He is a senior.
Shevlin still on the bench for the Colonels, which is surprising.
Leaf looking to make a move. He turns the corner. Nice pass in the back end. And Dudley cannot convert. And one and done for the Colonels. And Griswold looks to push again. Cutter. Waters calling for the ball. Curtis. Mills. Give me that. House money. Back-to-back threes for Griswold. Kobe Mills from the far side. It is just catch and shoot in one motion. 15-6. Dudley. Deep 3. Hit every spot of the rim and falls out. And right back come the Wolverines. Strong take, good defense that time. A little bit of scrum going on down there. Dudley mixing it up on the defensive end. Curtis turns the corner and says, I didn't get fouled. I mean, there's a lot of hands going on down there.
Called the jump ball. Possession arrow stays with the Wolverines.
15-6. Griswold leads early. Oh, nice move that time. Waters can't convert. And right back come the Colonels and blocked by Mills. The lay-in off the loose change. Subinance. Noah.
Right now, the transition defense failing Ledyard. They're not getting back, giving up easy buckets.
Deep three. Ledyard needed that one. Dudley stepping up, 17-9. Shot clock off. Curtis fiddling diddling. Mills looking to go to work. Great defense that time by Dudley, stepping in the passing lane for two. Manufacturing some offense for Ledyard. Cutter to the rim. And the 10 at the buzzer. Aiden Cutter. 19-11. Griswold leads. Stick around for second quarter action. Live on Game Day and TheDay.com.
Here at Game Day, we're proud to bring you unrivaled video coverage of local high school sports. All of it free for you to watch. These videos are not free for us to produce them. If you'd like to ensure that we can keep covering your school and your teams, there's a few ways that you can support us. Hit up our merch store and pick up some Game Day gear in your school colors. Our camera operators are always looking for those shirts and hoodies in the crowd, and you may see yourself on our next live stream. We get a lot of support from businesses in our community, and if you'd like to join them as a sponsor, send us a message and we can connect you with our advertising staff. Finally, The Day is the organization behind everything we do here at Game Day. If you want to support The Day's community journalism, consider a print or digital subscription at theday.com/subscribe.
And here's how you close out a quarter. Aiden Cutter with the reverse. The little behind the back finish at the rim. And there's a big basket there for Griswold because Ledyard had a little momentum. They went a little 5-0 run themselves. So a little beat the clock. 6 seconds left to go. Cutter zips right down and scores. They said that's that Griswold style of basketball.
That wrestled that momentum right back. It looked like Ledyard was going to have a lot of enthusiasm going into the quarter break, but that finish accentuated a great quarter for the Wolverines. 7 of 10 shooting, 3 of 4 from three-point range. Ledyard got a lot more shots off, but didn't make as many. 5 of 17 from the field, just 1 of 5 from three-point range. That's the difference.
Shoveled on the bench, Coach. Could the game be a little too fast for him right now?
Yeah, it's interesting. He played the first couple minutes. He looked pretty good, but defensively, maybe Coach Exum didn't like the matchup. What was going on out there?
It's going with Cassavant in there. Deep three that time, off the mark by Hubbard. Mills with the rebound, and he looks to push. Fouled by Cameron Weber on the far side. Shevlin gets ready to check back into the game. He is a big man, and I do mean he plays like a big man.
Yeah,
low post player, true big man, drop step moves. Plays defense, rebounds. Plays with his back to the basket very well.
But as you alluded to, this style of play that Griswold's just going to keep going up and down the floor, that might not be his style.
Strong take to the rim again. Kozlowskis again. Boy, he is tough for this team. Shevlin underneath. That's too easy. That's too easy. Give him the ball, 1.5 feet from the rim, catch it high, shoot it high. Kozlowskis again to the rim, and he's going to be fouled by Shevlin.
That's a tough matchup. I know Coach Exum's imploring Shevlin he's got to get into guarding position. That's just a tough matchup, and that's his second foul.
I mean, to give him a little bit of room in that case and force him to shoot the jump shot, Coach? To give him a little room and let him shoot the jumper instead of taking it to the rim?
Or you rotate off of him. I mean, Kozlowskis is a tough matchup. Actually, I think it might only be his first foul. We're checking on that. But but it's just because of Kozlowskis' skill set. He plays like a guard with more of like a forward type aggressiveness. So, and he is like their center, but maybe on any other team he would be a shooting guard.
Diego Rosario Gonzalez comes into the game, and just like that, he's picks up a travel. Happy feet. 22-13. Griswold leads. The winner goes on to the Mohegan Sun on Wednesday, then take on the Montville Wolves. Two-man basketball. Mills. Shevlin picks up the loose ball. Drive and kick. Weber trying to turn the corner, get to the rim. Nice move that time by Cameron Weber.
Excellent poise by the Colonels. Not a danger zone there. They force a turnover and come out in transition, get a bucket.
Mills. No foul. Kozlowskis again working hard. Cutter. In and out. Scrum for the basketball. Fight for it, the coach says. And here comes Jack Leaf with the push. Dudley trying to settle things down. Rosario Gonzalez back to Dudley. 7-point game. Leaf. Curtis all over. Tries to dribble through the double team and got bailed out with a reach-in call.
Yeah, dangerous.
Boy, that is that's a tough move to make. Waters back into the game for Camilo Curtis. Shevlin gets the inbounds, back up front to Dudley. Shevlin, catch, turn, in and out. And Mills active out there for Griswold. Back the other way. Deep three. In and out again. Shevlin going up to get it. Big fella. Boy, the luxury of having just pure size and be able to cherry pick on a second chance scoring opportunity. Down on a 2-possession game. Deep three off the mark. Offensive rebound. Third chance scoring opportunity for Griswold. Weber comes away with it. Leaf beats the defense. Kozlowskis will pick up the call.
A nice pump fake there as Kozlowskis was sizing him up for the block shot.
Ledyard doing a pretty good job now finding open guys behind the defense. Like that time, Weber got behind the defense a little bit, found himself at the rim. Lee found himself at the rim, but good recognition from the backcourt to the front court the last couple trips by the Colonels.
Yeah, the transition defense a little leaky, and probably the reason why Coach Molesky has called the timeout. But you can see that, like, when Griswold goes cold from the perimeter, you could see why, other teams could get back into the game. When they're hitting those shots,
they're tough to beat.
They're like, wow, where are the weaknesses? All 5 guys can shoot, they can score, they can dribble the ball, but then when they're not hitting those shots, then,
the 10-11 point lead becomes 6, becomes 4, becomes a 1-possession game.
And Ledyard has the significant size advantage with Shevlin, and what makes him so problematic is he never drops the ball below his head, and Griswold doesn't have anybody above his head or at his head. So if he keeps the ball above his head, they're not touching it.
Yeah, and the one thing I've noticed too about Ledyard, because we've seen them a couple times this year. We had them on game day against Stonington. I mean, they were down by 16 or 17 in that game. So there's not a lot of again, same thing. Stonington 3-point shot dried up. Ledyard got back into it. It's the same type of style. The Griswold and the Stonington style.
Absolutely. And
you're knocking down shots like that, you're going to continue to pour it on. But when it dries up, and I just think having the luxury of a big man like Shevlin, who can give you a basket from 6 inches from the rim, is huge. So Leaf at the line to shoot 2. Jack Leaf, he's a junior. DJ Exon trying to bring this school and this team back into a a championship-style setting. You know, Dave Cornish had done it for many years there at Ledyard. And DJ Exum's a tremendous basketball coach. The kids love playing for him, too. He's been in the big game himself or two. Widener, high ball screen. Pulls up from 3, buries it.
Yeah, see, that's where they get Shevlin in no man's land. High ball screen, Ledyard switched it. Shevlin's on ice. They put him on skates and drill the 3.
25-18, 7-point lead for Griswold. Ledyard patient on offense. Leaf turning the corner. Gets to the rim, gets the foul. Fouls on number 4, Nicholas Waters. So 2 free throws coming up again for Leaf. Another trip to the line.
Yeah, Leaf with such a strategically planned drive, like not going too fast, but protecting the ball and changing his speed at the right time to draw the foul.
And he's finishing with his left hand too, which you don't see a lot of kids do anymore. I mean, how many times in practice when you're on the left side, shoot your left, and it's just a good move by Leaf. 1 out of 2 again for Leaf. And here comes Mills in the Wolverines. Mills like to push up the side.
Dribbled it off his foot.
Yeah. Colby Mills has 1 speed when he's handling the basketball. It's head down and go. Fast.
And that's what gets a lot of players today in trouble is the inability to change speeds, or they only have the 2 speeds. Rick Majerus once said, good point guard, good ball handler has to have at least 3 speeds.
Shevlin, nice big man move.
John Stockton had 5 discernible speeds, according to Rick Majerus.
Cutter looking to go to work. Waters. Kozlowskis looking to go to work against the big man Shevlin. Blocked out of bounds. You know, and Shevlin's just got to basically stand there and hold his ground. You know, because he has such a size advantage. Jump straight up on a block. Don't lean into the offensive player. Shevlin will get a blow. Cassavant will come back in. Calvin Cassavant, junior forward / center. Give up a little bit of size, but Cassavant's an athletic kid. Makes some plays. Possession now is for Griswold. Coach, you talked about this too. You get all the Montville kids up in the stands up there. They won their game, and they're sitting around. They're scouting this.
I love
pressure's off, man.
I love playing the first game of the semifinals. You get to just sit back and scout, knowing that your ticket's already been punched.
Curtis looking to go to work. Leaves it for Carter. Waters thought about it, then pulls the trigger on it and buries it. Now lets him know, 3. Jack Leaf. And a nice move on the back end. Ledyard beats the pressure again. Cassavant at the rim.
Good job by the Colonels. Countering.
Cutter. Off the mark. Scrum for the rebound. Here comes Dudley. Million miles an hour, stripped by Cutter. Cassavant, head down and go. Timeout, Ledyard. Look at DJ Exum in center court right now. 30-second timeout. He's yelling, control, control. Oh, my goodness. Oh, coach is working up a sweat over there.
Yeah, because, when you get going crazy like that, then you think, all right, I just got to shoot it. Then a bad shot leads to a wild rebound,
right.
And then Griswold's out and running, and they get it, an advantage and an easy layup. So you always want to make sure you're taking good shots with good rebounding position and good transition defense positioning so that Griswold, a team that likes to get out and run, they can't take your miss and turn it into instant offense.
28-23. 3 minutes and 4 seconds left to go here. Mike Tomorrow to my right.
UConn Huskies struggling
again, buried
at the world's most famous.
They're in the Mecca?
We're in the ECC's most famous arena. And
UConn Huskies in the Mecca.
And the world's most famous, the UConn Huskies down 18. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It might. Conway is.
Yeah.
I love Conway. And even
You like that, Jim?
Even as an NFA guy, I loved Conway.
You like going into New London as a coach?
Well, because my guys scored there. I mean, my guys had a harder time scoring here than at Conway.
All right, Dudley going to set things up. 5-point lead, 2-possession game. Good basketball game here. And an unforced error off a timeout.
Yeah, that's tough.
Hey.
Gotta get to the next
BJ's
play.
kind of takes it on stride.
Gotta get to the next play.
Yep.
Keep grinding.
Flush it out. Like coach says, flush it out. Waters gives it up for Curtis. Curtis is a senior. Working against Diego Gonzalez. Waters. 2-man game. Mills. Oh, that's a good-looking shot. Good-looking shot that time from Kobe Mills. Just catch and shoot. Release. Big-time three.
Yeah, when they're hitting those threes, they're as good as anybody. Other night, they played NFA in the season finale. Couldn't hit anything. Got run out of the gym.
And it's a deep three that time by Hubbard off the mark. Waters with the rebound. Cutter looks to push. Takes the bump. Waters off the mark. No shot clock violation in this game. Deep three that time by Dudley. Back end of the rim. Nice shot by Rosario Gonzalez. Handed it off. 3 chances that time for Ledyard. Dudley turned away at the rim. Here comes Cutter. Mills with the offensive rebound. Look at Mills looking to shoot. They get him for a travel that time. Boy, Mills made that shot too. Mills is starting to really feel it on the offensive end. So if a defender's going to come out on me and challenge a three-pointer, I'm going to show it and go. He's playing with a lot of confidence out there.
Yeah, all these guys play with a lot of confidence. They have a lot of freedom. Very similar in offensive philosophy to St. Bernard in that coach doesn't really get on anybody. That, you know, and if you're open, shoot it. Just keep grinding, keep playing hard.
So much easier when you're not looking over your shoulder as a player. When you have the coach's confidence, you can do that. Shevlin trying to find Casavan on the block. Turns it over. And here we go again. This was a 5-point lead. It could be 10 before you know it. Some confusion on who the ball is for.
Oh, they hit the buzzer when the ball was in bounds. So that was kind of a operator error. So they are going to let the substitution happen, which is so. What Coach Exum's playing a little offense-defense when he can, because the personnel for Griswold does present matchup problem in man-to-man for Shevlin. They don't really want to go zone because too many shooters. Griswold will just go 4 out.
And they go for the trap, and they're going to foul on Leaf. Three-team fouls apiece with 1:07 left to go in the first half. These next 2 or 3 possessions are key going into the locker room. Plant. And an offensive foul. Called that time on Cutter.
That was the right call. Unnecessary. You didn't need to use it. It was almost like, I just want to bang you because I'm getting annoyed by you. And I think you got to, as an official, you have to set that tone early or it gets chippy.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
He wasn't trying to make a move going anywhere. He just kind of jammed him. You said he was a good football player.
Yeah, he's a tough kid.
Yeah.
Jaden Joseph now checking in the game for Carmelo Curtis. Dudley will set things up. We approach the 1-minute mark. Nobody moving out the basketball right now for Ledyard. Trying to get the ball to the big man. And a bad entry pass that time by Leaf. The turnover, here comes Mills. Mills has been feeling it the first half, no doubt about that. Cutter throws it away, and here comes Dudley. 4-second difference in the shot clock and game clock. Deep three that time by Weber. Off the mark. Dudley trying to clean it up, and he does. Amani Dudley on the back end. It's a 6-point game. And pressure here by the Colonels. Shot clock off.
Joseph in the game, much better matchup for Shevlin.
Cutter.
They switched it.
12-footer. Off the mark. A nice job by Leaf on the rebound.
That might be
and Leaf will find himself
foul.
at the line to shoot too.
That's a terrible foul. 0.5 seconds gives Ledyard 2 opportunities here at the free throw line.
Fouls on Joseph is first, team's 5th. So Leaf will go to the line to shoot 2 with less than a second to go before the half.
Well, as you said, that was an important possession. Could have swayed momentum either way, and now Ledyard with a chance if they can knock these down to get it to 4.
You know, when you talk about junctures going into like the locker room and stuff like that, but you know, with a minute 5 left, they said this is an important stretch for Ledyard, and it was. They kind of held ground a little bit. They kind of made a little ground up, and with this free throw, they could be down 5, and it could have been 4. But a good job by Ledyard not letting things get out of hand. Well, 1 half to go. We're halfway in the books. Griswold leads Ledyard 31-26. We are 16 minutes away from punching a ticket to the Mohegan Sun. Stick around for second half action here on Game Day live on today.com.
Last year we lost Amani, and that was a difficult part of the season for us last year. So to have him back is a really good thing because he is my point guard. He has been my guy for the last 4 years, so it's good to have him back.
So it happened in football. At the beginning of the season, I dislocated my shoulder. And then I sat out for like 2 weeks. And then I went back into it, dislocated it again. So and then the football coach told me I should just sit it out and wait for basketball because basketball is my main sport. And then fast forward to basketball season.
It was 3 games into the season where, you know, we looked at the coaching staff and said, this kid has to play more. And the next day in practice, he tore his shoulder, and he was done for the season. And I knew that was going to be a big part of our season, losing Amani, because he was the guard that we needed to run the offense and facilitate the ball. So, you know, a kid that tears his shoulder 3rd game of the season, you know, you don't really come back to the team. You know, you're in depression. You kind of just go about your own thing. He came every day.
I wanted to be there to support my guys because at the end of the day, they're still my teammates, my brothers, and I got their back, and I want to be there. I wanted to be there with them for the rest of the season. Even though I wasn't able to play, I could still support them.
He's me on the court. I just try to, instill a lot of information to his brain that, like, when he's on the court, he knows what I expect. We've had some tough times, and all those tough times are really showing right now with the way he's playing right now. He's embracing the job of being the point guard. It's tough to be a point guard for a coach who was a point guard, so he's really embracing the opportunity that he has right now, and he's succeeding really well so far.
Over this past summer, I had an internship over at Electric Boat, and they offered me a job after I graduate, so I was going to look into doing that.
He's already have a plan for himself, after school, and as a coach, usually you want to hear about kids, I want to go to this college, I want to go to this college. And it took a lot for a kid to come up to his basketball coach and say, Coach, I don't know if I'm going to go to college next year. I have a job lined up for myself. And it's cool to see a kid find his path but still want to come out and give his all to a high school basketball team. That's Amani in a nutshell.
It's time for the Athletes of the Future, Grade 8 Plays of the Week. Let's start with Griswold basketball. Aiden Cutter gets the loose ball on the floor, pass from his back to Braden Widener, ahead to Caden Kozlowskis, back to Widener for the basket. At number 7, easy basket for the Whalers? No, Kalen Delaney with the big block. At number 6, Alex Starks. Waterford swimming in the 100 butterfly versus Fitch. He gets to the wall second after 75 meters. But what a final 25 meters for starts all the way back for the victory. At number 5, Blake Abdulovsky and Brady Erickson. How do you beat a 2-3 zone? Look at the lob. Finish it up, big man. Erickson throwing it down. At number 4, Aaron Guilfoy, Ellis Tech basketball. The long buzzer beater, got it. 62-61 over Lyman Memorial. Celebrate the game winner. At number 3, Gavin Jonash. Killingly wrestling, he's a freshman, but in OT, he comes up big and wins the ECC 106-pound final. At number 2, Stonington Sprint Medley Relay. Max De La Rosa, Chase Spurley, Hagen Drake, and Landon Pelletier win the Class S Sprint Medley. De La Rosa and Drake skipped their individual events to compete in 3 relays because they said, well, I'd rather go all-state with my friends than all-state by myself, and they bring home the crown. But at number 1, a little love for the big guy, Chris Aney, NFA track, on his second throw of the finals, and he knows it as he crushes the all-time state record set in 2022. He throws it 65 feet 7 inches, and that is your Athletes of the Future. Grade 8 Plays of the Week. Chris Aney, go down to Athletes of the Future. Get a free week of training. Wow, what a throw.
On the first day of game day, the people just might see
A wide open corner 3.
On the second day of game day, the people just might see
2 legs of scooping.
On the third day of game day, the people just might see
3 players passing.
On the fourth day of game day, the people just might see more Falcons flying. On the fifth day of game day, the people just might see
5 golden rings.
On the sixth day of game day, the people just might see
6 swimmers swimming.
On the seventh day of game day, the people just might see
7-second pin.
On the eighth day of game day, the people just might see
8 Plays of Greatness.
On the ninth day of game day, the people just might see
9 bears are running.
On the 10th day of game day, the people just might see
10 teammates working.
On the 11th day of game day, the people just might see 11 Lancers leaving. On the 12th day of game day, the people just might see 12 tumblers on the lane, 11 Lancers leaving, 10 teammates working, 9 bears are running, 8 plays of greatness, 7-second pins, 6 swimmers swimming, 5 gold rings, 4 falcons flying, 3 players passing, 2 legs a scooping, and a wide open corner. 3
Got it.
It was right before the 8th grade basketball season, and one of my cousins had a health scare. She suffered cardiac arrest, and it's genetic. So me and my family, we went to Yale, and we got a bunch of tests run, and I got the gene. I have the gene. They found scarring on my heart, and they shut me completely down for basketball, for all sports, physical contact, anything. They shut me down, and at that point, I didn't really know what to do, because basketball was my everything. I was really mad, of course, because I didn't know what was next for me. I didn't know what my life was going to look like after something that I played every single day and enjoyed and I loved got shut down so quick. My mental space was just empty. I had no idea what the future had to hold. And I was showing up to my 8th grade basketball games not being able to play. And my teammates were always like, what's going on? Why can't you play? And at that point, I was like so overwhelmed with everything going on. I didn't want to really explain it to them, you know. And then eventually I got more tests done and I get another MRI done at Boston and they find something different. So that same day after I got like the MRI results, Boston told me basically, hey, you're clear. We're gonna monitor you, but you're clear, you're good to go. I got a implantable loop recorder and that basically just covers the rhythm and sends it to the hospital. So it just shoots reports to them every day and tells them if there's any skips in my heart or anything like that.
I actually didn't know until like last season had just had getting started. I had connected with his father and he had told me, you know, to watch out for this. Ryan's cleared, but it's still always on their mind. You know, it's a concern, it's very scary. So I met with Ryan and I told him, you know, you're very courageous for going out there and playing. You know, and by you playing, you're giving other people that might have the same condition and don't want to.
Back here at the X, ready to start the second half of today's ballgame. The second half possession is brought to you by Kuchar Financial, located in London. Kuchar Financial will help you keep possession of your money through sound financial planning and investment, tax planning, and preparation for individuals and small businesses. Everyone wants to feel better about their finances. So go see Lee Kuchar at Kuchar Financial and let him help you feel more confident about the money you got. A little bit of money on the line. 16 minutes looking to cash a ticket to the Mohegan Sun and take on Montville. Is either going to be can Griswold hang on to this 5-point lead, or can Coach Exum, Casey, we want a slice of pizza. Listen, Casey's probably in the back room having a slice of pizza right now in the hospitality tent. Those are great, great signs, but by the Wolverine Nation over there. You know, but can Griswold keep their style of play up, or can Ledyard find a way, you know, in my opinion, to get Shevlin more involved down low and keep this thing close and find a way to win down the stretch?
Three-point shooting has been the difference. Griswold 6 of 10 from three-point lands. Ledyard 1 of 9.
Mm-hmm. Carter had a good first half for Rob Molesky. He is a tough, tough kid. There's the other kid that the hot hand was Mills. Waters, back to Cutter. Head down and go, driving kick. Good defense that time by Weber. And travel was Dudley. So Ledyard got the turnover to start the second half, and Dudley coughed it up.
One of the things Griswold wants to do is take better care of the ball. That was their 11th turnover. Ledyard unfortunately turned it right back over. They have 8.
Cutter looking. Kozlowskis, quiet first half. Not from Mills. Rises up. Almost knocks it down. Nice job by the rebound by Widener. Out to Waters for 3. Third chance opportunity by Mills. And Kobe Mills has had himself a game here at Waterford High School. Right back the other way comes Ledyard. Mills with the rebound, looks to push. The kick and a block by Leaf. Good action end to end to start the second half.
Well, Ledyard got exactly what they wanted to start the half defensively. A turnover, 2 missed threes by Griswold, but they could not secure the defensive rebounds.
Waters. Waters looking to make a move, gives it up for Carter. Nice reverse that time at the rim. Aiden Cutter. Two-sport athlete right there, man. Tough kid, football player, basketball player. Boy, how important is it if a kid like that to run through a wall for you as a coach, huh?
Yeah, just the athleticism, the toughness.
Shevlin. Deep 3. Weber off the mark. Rebound by Waters, one and done for the Colonels.
And much like we saw Wheeler in our first game today, Ledyard cannot find the range.
Cutter back ends it. Weber comes out of the pack. Dudley. Leaf picks up his dribble a little too soon there. No man's land. Dudley will reset. High ball screen. And he will be fouled. Okay, get the foul on Cutter. Second personal on Cutter. First team. 9-point lead. This lead is sneaky. It goes from 9 to 5 to back to 10, down to 6.
Well, it's because Ledyard is having a really difficult time scoring the ball. And for some teams, for some players, this backdrop does affect them.
Shevlin on the miss. And a run out by Cutter. Cutter the other way. I think DJ Exum's going to need a timeout. And he gets it. Just like that, and it's an 11-point game. 6-0 run to start the second half.
Shevlin a little gimpy coming off the floor.
Yeah.
Maybe twisted something, but talking to Mike DeMauro at halftime about the backdrops of different gyms, and you know, a team like Griswold with a lot of confidence in their shooting ability. As you see Cutter cutting his way to the basket.
Nice job on the recognition by Kozlowskis, yeah.
Griswold has a lot of confidence shooting. They're just going to keep shooting them, and you know, they're going to make them. Some teams, we've seen it over the years, come into the X and really struggle, or go into Mohegan Sun and really struggle with that backdrop.
Yeah.
Not a traditional high school gymnasium, and Ledyard 1 of 10 from three-point range today. If they could have gotten a couple of those to go down, it would be a lot different game right now. Instead, they find themselves down 11.
It's tough again. Like you said, you go into the locker room, you're down by 5, and you come out and you get a stop on the first initial possession. You get a little sloppy with the basketball, and then Griswold goes on a little 6-0 run, pushes the lead to double digits. Now, Cutter's a really, really important piece to this team as far as how he leads, how he defends, and when you're talking about Griswold likes to play this game on skids a little bit, you know, on the rails, he's a guy that's out there making it happen, Coach.
Absolutely, and where are the points going to come from for Ledyard? That's going to be the question. Shevlin going to get looked at by the trainers here. Where is Ledyard going to get their points? They're not hitting from 3. How are they going to generate offense? Defensively, they've kind of held their own. They're doing all right, but stuck in the mud here offensively.
Stuck in quicksand. Cassavant. Rosario Gonzalez dribbles into the double team and gets bailed out by Cutter. That's his third personal, I believe. Oh, he's on Widener. Okay, he's on number 10.
That is his
Widener's third personal, yeah. Dudley looking to go to work against Cutter. Griswold defense right now is swarming to the ball. Great ball pressure, great help on the backside. Cassavant, drive, kick, Leaf. Dribbles into 3 defenders. Deep 3 that time, off the mark by Rosario Gonzalez. You know, and somewhere along the lines, Ledyard's going to start moving the basketball passing instead of dribbling. Everything's dribble, 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 and all the defenders doing fouling and bottling things up. Mills. Nice little up and under that time. Kozlowskis. Caden on the backside, 13-point lead. Danger zone here for the Colonels.
Yeah, it's because they can't really score. Like you just don't have any sense of they can get themselves an easy bucket at any time.
But the ball doesn't move. There's just 5 guys standing around. There's a deep 3 by Cassavant off the mark. Here comes Mills up to Cutter. Cutter flying for 2. And another timeout by Ledyard. It is a 10-0 run to come out of the locker room. It was 31-26 at half. It's a 10-0 run in the first 3 minutes and 57 seconds. And that's the worst possible scenario right now for the Colonels.
Yeah, just a lack of an ability to generate any easy offensive opportunities. Shevlin out of the game right now. Here's another fast break opportunity. Cutter going to the basket. Griswold getting transition baskets. Griswold getting open three-point shots. Everything that Ledyard attempts on offense is contested, is clogged up. The Griswold defense really amping it up here in the third quarter.
And Casey, we went to pizza again. Casey was in the back having a slice, and now he's right here. He's good to go. Well, everybody wants the pizza.
Well, it was the student section challenge. Griswold sent the elementary students to fill the student. There was no classification on where the students had to be from, so they sent them from the elementary school.
Have a little fun with this. Why not? It's high school basketball. Have a good time. Hey, Coach. The other thing too, when Griswold is always in attack mode, so the recognition on the runouts, whether it's Waters or Carter or Mills. I mean, play team basketball very well. The Ledyard looking to get something going on the offensive end. Where are the points going to come from? Where are the shots going to come from? How about that? Hubbard, deep three, knocks it down. Smooth stroke that time by Kavion Hubbard. Gotta have it. Leads down to 12. Mills answers. The hot hand still for Kobe Mills as 13.
It's like he's shooting a free throw.
Yeah. Hubbard dribbles into the pressure. He's fouled by Waters.
And that was one of the things that NFA did the other night that worked. They forced Griswold to shoot the ball a little bit quicker. You saw right there, Mills had all day, set up, rise and fire, just like he's shooting in practice. You got to find a way to close out harder and force those jump shots to be sped up, because if you give them that much time to shoot, they're going to knock them down most of the time.
Hubbard trying to turn the corner, loses the ball, gets it back. Hubbard, another deep three, cans it. Kavion Hubbard, back-to-back triples for Ledyard. Still a 12-point lead for Griswold.
Need to get a stop here.
Mills turns it over. Dudley. Ledyard looking to push here a little bit. Nice job on the offensive rebound by Weber. Stolen by Cutter. Head down and go. Kozlowskis fouled that time by Cassavant. Coach, I just saw DJ Exum. He was going to put Shevlin in the game, and he took him on. I think the game's a little too fast for him right now.
Well, I think he's trying to go offense, defense, and although this would be an opportunity to go offense, so I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know if the ankle's right.
Caden Kozlowskis knocks the first free throw down. Back into the game comes Nicholas Waters. Leaf back in for Cassavant.
Maybe he wants to trap, so he wants some more foot speed.
Second free throw is good.
You're down 14, so the original game plan's out the window.
Yep.
Now you're trying to adjust and figure out what can get you back into this game by the time the fourth quarter hits.
Deep three blocked by Mills. Oh, my.
There's where you just got to lift him with the hard shot fake, just drive right by him.
Put on the brakes like Top Gun, let him go right by. Dudley got a room for three. Front rims it. Weber rebound, deep three by Leaf. Short, here comes Mills. Looks up to Cutter, he's leaking out. Gathers to Mills. Mills. Drive and kick and turns it over. A little sloppy that time for Griswold. Timeout Griswold. Rob Molesky going to talk things over, an offensive set. 46-32, 158 left to go here in the third quarter. And where do the points come right now if you're Ledyard? I mean, how do you get yourself in a position, offensive set, recognize some shooters? Hubbard's been the kid the last few trips to knock down a couple of threes, but he's been basically their offense. I mean, they've got nothing out of Shevlin. Weber's struggled a little bit right now, so where do those points come from if you're DJ Exum and the Ledyard Colonels?
They're still struggling to shoot the 3 ball. They hit a couple this quarter, but 2 of 8 still this quarter overall. They are 3 of 17, so it seems like they've put a lot of effort into trying to make 3-pointers to get back into this game, but maybe you got to start attacking the rim more, trying to draw fouls with the clock stopped, get some points. But they got to find a way to get some points in a hurry because slope is getting slippery.
Danger zone time, 14-point lead, just under 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. The winner advances to the Mohegan Sun on Wednesday at 4 o'clock against the Montville Wolves, who've already punched their ticket, and all smiles. Joe Sear and his team. Great story this year. A couple of big wins against Stonington and Wheeler en route to the finals. Hubbard turns the ball over. So off of a timeout, Ledyard turns the ball over.
Extend some pressure, going to get Shevlin back out of the game.
A home run pass here. Turned over by Griswold. There goes Hubbard to drive, the kick, Leaf for 3. Off the mark. And a little cherry picking this time up on the other end for 2. Kozlowskis hanging out, coach. They call it cherry picking.
Yeah, when that shot goes up, somebody's got to sprint back immediately. Griswold is running in transition.
Leaf, air ball, rebound Mills. Waters looking to run. Waters to the rim, rebound by Cutter. Cutter got away with a walk. Mills, splash! Man, on fire. Kobe Mills. That kid has got a smooth stroke, man. 19-point lead. Rosario Gonzalez comes up empty. Mills comes up with the rebound. What a huge third quarter this is for Griswold. They've outscored Ledyard 20-6 to go up by 19.
Yeah, 2 3-pointers. The only offense by Ledyard, but they've attempted 10. So 20% shooting from 3 this quarter alone. They've missed 4 2-point shots. Really struggling to find the offense today against the Wolverines.
It was a 2-possession game coming out of the locker room. Now you're down 19. Yeah, we'll stay here.
Meanwhile, after Griswold finally had missed a couple threes, they've made their last 2. So they are 8 of 15 from 3-point range.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's
a little better than 50%.
That's great. That's actually
Mills.
very good.
Short arms it. Juvenance. On the putback, he'll find himself at the free throw line.
With that last 3-point miss, they're 8 of 16. Very good.
Yeah.
Sports Talk. 50% from 3. I mean,
You take that.
Oh yeah, all day long.
I mean, you keep your job if your team shoots 50% from the
Well, you
3-point
keep
line.
winning. Well, I don't know if anybody wants, force you out, but you're going to advance. You're going to advance. And that's if you're gonna play that style of basketball, you got to make sure you're shooting 40% or above.
Yep.
If you're shooting 20% and you continue to jack these threes, this is how you find yourself down 20.
Now Aiden Plant checks into the game. Jaden Joseph checks into the game, and Mason Mills, a freshman, checks into the game. Get the starters some rest here, maybe. Going into the fourth quarter, Kobe Mills comes out. Souvenance 1 out of 2. And Mason Mills gets the rebound, and just like that, off the bench from downtown, Christopher Coleman for 3.
The shortest player on the court.
Oh my goodness.
Got every bit of the rim. Nice soft touch. And
Give the old
everything
3
going,
symbol afterwards.
Yeah, everything going Wolverine way right now, Sports Doctor.
Cassavant can't buy one right now. Ledyard just can't buy one.
And really wild.
The foul is going to be on Griswold.
Coach Molesky has cleared his bench
at
the end of the third.
Foul's going to be on 21. Jaden Joseph. His second personal.
No starters in.
Yep. Cassavant will shoot 2.
No starters in for Griswold right now.
Plant, Mills, Taylor, Joseph, Souvenance, and Christopher Coleman, your lineup for Griswold. Sub, number 12, James Leffingwell will come in. Weber will sit.
Except for number 28, and Plant is a senior. All the rest underclassmen, probably JV team. Getting some minutes here. Never know when you're going to need those guys to play a minute or two in a situation. Try to take this opportunity.
Will he ride the fourth quarter with the backups?
I don't know, but it's just neat that he's going to give them some minutes in a competitive situation. Obviously, Ledyard's not going to quit yet with a full quarter to go.
Little up and under, a little tip by Souvenance at the buzzer. Comes up short. Well, a 6-point lead at halftime has stretched to 21. Griswold putting their stamp on this game. Stick around for fourth quarter action live on GameDayToday.com.
It's time for the 2025 Best of the Best Reader's Choice Awards contest brought to you by The Day. This is your chance to let us know who your favorite people, places, and businesses are throughout southeastern Connecticut. And now we're including a game day category where you can nominate high school athletes, coaches, and plays of the season. Submit your nominations daily in each category now through February 23rd. The more you nominate, the greater the chance your favorites have to make it to the voting round. View full contest details and nominate now at theday.com/bestof. Remember, nominations close February 23rd, so don't wait. It's the day's best of the best.
An extremely one-sided third quarter. Griswold pushed the lead from 6 to 21. It was 31-25 coming out of the locker room, and boy, just an absolute domination, and it all seemed to work for Griswold coach, knocking down some threes, getting some turnovers, some runouts. I mean, just everything clicking, and Ledyard struggling on the offensive end. The starters are back into the lineup for Griswold, so Rob Molesky's not going to go with the backups for all that. A little bit of confusion here about who's coming in and who's coming out. I mean, it's the start of the quarter, so.
Griswold 9 of 17 from three-point range. 19 of 38 overall.
Well, they didn't check in? Is that what the deal is?
They have to be at the table before the last horn, which is 10 seconds before we resume play.
Okay, so the next whistle, then all these kids are going to get back into the game. Okay.
Yes.
Weber's been pretty quiet this day. Nice move to the bucket that time by Cameron.
So we mentioned Griswold shooting the lights out, 9 of 17 from 3. Ledyard quite the opposite, 3 of 19 from three-point range, 13 of 44 overall.
Nah, that's not good. Very, very low percentage.
Struggling to find the bottom of the net tonight.
Shevlin back into the game. What a work, big man. There you go. Luke Shevlin for 2. Pressure here by Ledyard. Lead is 19. Carter to Mills. Deep 3 from the corner. Mills cooking.
10th 3 of the game for the Wolverines.
On fire.
19 for Colby Mills.
Oh, what a game. Shevlin looking to go to work here. Weber. The kick, leffing well. Off the mark. Gonna be a foul somewhere. Loose ball foul, is that what that is?
Double foul.
Double foul, okay. On Shevlin and Kozlowskis. Double foul, there you go. Shevlin's been a bit of a non-factor this game due to the style and the pace of play, and appears to be a little bit nicked up. You know, and Griswold's style right now is starting to take this game over.
Yeah, good bounce back by the Wolverines after getting throttled in their season finale by NFA. Not a good performance. Coach Molesky went back to the drawing board, and they came back the next night, 2 nights later rather, beat Bacon, and now whipping it up here in the semifinal and looking to go back to the Mohegan Sun for the 2nd time in 3 years.
He's got a good basketball team. He's got a good mix of basketball players and athletes, and you got to have that on a team. And there's one of them right there in Cutter. What a terrific, terrific game.
Sometimes you need that wake-up call. Maybe start feeling yourselves too much, thinking that you don't have to work as hard.
Oh, my goodness, on the back end. Mills looking for the alley-oop. Here comes the run out. Widener. Can't save it. Ball knocked out of bounds. Controlled by Hubbard, and it was fouled.
Get some humble pie in the season finale, but didn't count. They had the seeding locked up. They had the #1 seed in the ECC Division II tournament locked. They had the Division IV #4 seed, which was very important because they get home games through the quarterfinals.
Yep.
They had that locked up, so it didn't hurt them to lose that game. So you get to go to practice and say, hey, you guys aren't as good as you think you are. You got to work harder. And look at it, it's paying off now.
That's a good message, no doubt. Dudley picks up his dribble in no man's land. Weber to Shevlin. Shevlin turns and faces. Nice tip in that time by Hubbard, and he's fouled.
Does say something about NFA, though, as well.
Dudley.
The way that this Griswold team is playing, for NFA to beat Griswold by 22, man, gives you some hope.
Jeff Brown's coached that team very well down the stretch of the season.
Gives you some hope for that nightcap tonight, New London NFA, our last semifinal.
We had a conversation, I think, about 2 weeks ago about who was that next team. You know, we talked about Fitch or whatnot, and a lot of us thought NFA could be that next team. Shevlin going to work.
Oh, he's so good with the ball above his head. Never drops it down.
Nope. Good drop step. You like big men that play big. When big men make themselves small by bringing the ball down, your height is your advantage. Yeah.
Right, putting it on the floor for a dribble when you don't need to.
Yeah, play big.
Yeah.
Shoveling a little push.
And only an 11th grader, so he, obviously he was exposed a little bit with the perimeter defense, so something that he'll have to work on and just keep getting better. But he has all the attributes to play college basketball, that's for sure.
He's a tough kid. He's got a bit of a motor, he's got good footwork, like you said, which will improve. Waters. Back to Mills. Cutter. Mills short. Cutter with the rebound. And a rebound by Hubbard. Hubbard, deep three off the mark. Taken by Waters. Gives it up to Mills. One and done for the Colonels. Curtis. Back. I thought Mills was going to shoot that. Nice little pass underneath. Nifty by Mills to Kozlowskis. Weber off the mark. Mills on the run out. Watch out. Showtime. Mills with the flush for two.
With authority. Bringing it down. And all Wolverines tonight And they're going to call offensive foul here, dropping the shoulder on Amani Dudley. That's the right call because remember, they called that on Cutter earlier in the game. I love that. I love consistency. Can't let Ledyard get away with it just because the game's not in doubt anymore.
62-39. 23-point lead for Griswold. Big second half by the Wolverines. In full control. Kozlowskis on the backside. And Griswold just picking them apart, and the body language says it all for the Colonels. Tired, outmatched right now. Dudley, a deep three, in and out. Second chance opportunity. And a little woofing going on out there. Technical foul on Nicholas Waters. I think he deserved that.
He's got to be careful. Don't get a second. Just get out of the game, son. Get out of the game. If you get a second, you got to sit the championship. You don't want that. Great performance. Don't soil it.
Yeah, a little chippiness. Sit down.
Don't soil it.
Yep.
Let's move on. No trophies are being handed out this afternoon.
No, they're not. 25-point lead. So at the line to shoot the free throws will be Cam Weber.
Yep, good timeout here by Coach Molesky. Get his team. You got to understand the importance of what's still on the plate,
right?
Still on the slate, so to speak. You can't get wrapped up in Ledyard's going to be frustrated. They should be frustrated.
Right.
You can't get into all that. You got a lot more to play for. If you get two technicals, you get ejected. You can't play next game.
Yep. This is a little bit bigger than this situation, and the opportunities that we have in front of us are a lot bigger than you button heads with one of the players from the opposing team with a 25-point lead.
Exactly.
That's the message you put across. It's that Mike Tomlin thing. You always just talk about that. Hey, is that more important than what's going on the field? And so good job by Coach Mo. Getting Waters out of the game, calming him down, and then calling a timeout. If he could settle his team down a little bit.
100%. He's trying. If he could have came out and took him off the court himself, he would have.
Yeah.
He could only get him out as soon as he could. But tried to get the sub in there as soon as he could. But.
Yeah, Ledyard doesn't like it because they got kids running out and dunking on him and stuff like that. So it's
well, they've struggled. You know, it's frustrating when you don't see the ball go in. It's they've been playing so well. They played one of their best games of the season on Friday night, and now just didn't go their way today, and it's frustrating, And there's a finality to it. Luckily for them, they will get a state tournament home game. Number 16 seed in Division 4.
Yep.
So they'll play Bridgeport Central, actually. Surprisingly, Bridgeport Central used to be a double L power.
2 free throws coming up.
But Ledyard will play a doubleheader, their girls and their boys, on Monday, March 3rd at Judy Standish.
Leaf converts one of the 2 free throws. Those were the technical fouls, I think. So and here comes the foul shots.
So from Coach Exum's perspective, the same kind of thing. All right, guys, I know it's frustrating.
Right.
I understand, but
still have some season left.
The season's not over. We're going to flush this game, and we're going to prepare for the state tournament. And when you earn a home game in a state tournament, that's a successful season.
Yep. 64-42, 4 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. That has seen a 6-point lead at halftime go to 22. At times it seems like it's 42. Hubbard. Harassed, stolen by Curtis. Kozlowskis gives it up for Mills from deep. And this kid just can't miss. He is on fire, hot as a pistol, 24 points for Kobe Mills. I mean, as a shooter, too, when you get in that kind of zone, that cylinder has got to look huge. And just let it rip. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and looking ahead to the little bit to the final on Wednesday as I look across and see the entire Montville squad with the coaching staff, you know, you already have to start thinking about what kind of extra attention do we have to pay to Mr. Mills.
Yeah.
We can't let him get going like this.
You know what the funny thing I like about this picture coming up here with the Montville kids and stuff? I mean, the coaches are like glued to the floor, and half the kids are on their phones. Yeah, just like
Well, they're watching you.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
There you go.
They are hanging on every criticism and compliment.
No. Deep three. Good. Carmelo Curtis.
From way downtown, Sports Doctor. What a shooting performance here by the Wolverines.
Coach, and you said this too. You said when these shots are falling for Griswold, they're tough to beat. I mean, it's, you know, when the game slows up for them is when they start missing shots and the other team can creep back in it. But, I mean, they've shot lights out in the second half, man.
12 of 21 from three. The key is they haven't been sped up in their shots, you know, in their shot technique. The mechanics have all been natural, like they're in practice, and that's a result of being confident, knowing that you're going to get good shots off. You're in control of the game. When you get them down and they rush shots, that's when they can get a little squeaky. That's what Montville has to think about. You know, how do we get them to rush their shots? We must make sure we challenge and contest every jump shot, and we got to get defensive rebounds. Remember, this half started, Ledyard down 5.
Right.
Griswold has the ball. Griswold turns it over, and then the next possession, Griswold misses a 3, gets an offensive rebound, misses another 3, gets an offensive rebound, scores a 2.
Yep.
So Ledyard had their chances to close out possessions. They couldn't do it. Montville has to be much better on Wednesday if they want to beat this Wolverine team.
Curtis thought about it, toes it up there, back rimmed it. Suvedance with the rebound, off to Mills. Rebound taken by Dudley, turns the ball over. Mills again with the flush. Leaf back the other way. Blocked at time by Kozlowskis. Mills, foul on Casavan. Now I got to think if you're Rob Molesky, you get the kids out of there. All of them.
Yeah, traditionally, like the etiquette is that the opposing coach, the coach that's down, clears their bench to kind of throw in
the towel. Yeah, white
and
flag
then
is
you
up.
take. But like at this point for me, like, and I think he's doing it. You don't want it. The worst thing that can happen now is an injury.
Yeah.
So it's tournament
or
time.
ejection.
Yeah,
that
that
too.
Getting
hot too.
It's much more likely that you're going to get an ankle turn or something like that. So let's just keep our guys safe and get out of here.
Mason Mills turns it over to Dudley. Dudley with the runner. Joseph with the rebound. Gives it up to Coleman. Strong push. The hoop into harm. Davion Hubbard going to go to the line. Fouls on Christopher Coleman. Oh, and 1 3-point chance opportunity here for the Colonels. Well, Grizzlies got a lot of weapons. Montville, to me, is going to have to play a really clean, mistake-free game. They're going to have to get the shooting from Chung again. Big man Kobolek's going to have to play extremely well. When this Griswold team is clicking, they're pretty good. Suvenance will bring it up. Go right to the rim. Give it up to Mills. Shevlin with the rebound. Looks to clear. Rosario Gonzalez will bring it up for Ledyard. Casavan. Leffingwell off the mark. And we'll stay here. Well, coaching the 4 games within 2 days, and every game's been a little bit one-sided. Leffingwell with the rebound.
So, Sports Doctor, Griswold and Montville played twice in the regular season.
Yep.
Total point differential, 5.
Wow.
Griswold won by 4.
Yep.
And Griswold won by 1, including a 76-75 victory on February 4th. So,
you know what they say about beating the team 3 times in the
yep,
same season?
Absolutely. Well, and
it's hard.
They just did it with Ledyard. They've beaten Ledyard
Right.
3 times. Now they're going to have to do it again with Montville.
Subadons from deep, Leffingwell with the rebound. Just over a minute left to go. 24-point lead, Shevlin. Rebound Mills.
So Montville might know, how to match up with Griswold, having played them tough 2 times. And I'm sure with a full viewing of this game right in front of them, Coach Sear and his staff have some other ideas of what they're going to do on Wednesday afternoon.
Yep.
4 o'clock start.
Good time, man. Get out of school, get out of work, run over there. What a great night coming up at Mohegan Sun on Wednesday, and a great night here at the X. You got the heavyweights coming in the afternoon. You got the D1 boys. You got Killingly and St. Bernard's, and then NFA against New London.
The rivalry.
Yep. 4 very, very good seasons. I mean, 2 teams that are just an absolute powerhouse in the state, and 2 teams that, Killingly's had a strong year, and NFA has made some great gains this season. Jeff Brown's done a heck of a job with those kids.
Well, NFA very similar to Montville, and that if you look at the record, you're like, but the way they're playing right now, peaking at the right time.
Right time, yeah. Luther with a deep 3, both benches cleared. Under a minute. 25-point lead. Jaden Joseph fouled. They go to the line to shoot 2. And Coach, you talked about this too. A lot of juniors out there for Coach Molesky. All the key players are all juniors. They're all coming back next year.
Here's another one at the line, and Jaden Joseph. He's one of the guys that has some length and height, and if he can develop over the course of the summertime and going into next season, this is another guy that they can develop as a weapon.
Oh.
If you would say one of the weaknesses that maybe this Griswold team has is if they had to face a true post player, well, there's Joseph, can give you that length and size.
Coleman for 3. Good. His second 3 of the game. .28-point lead right now is Steele. And a run out by Cassidy. And Mills with the lay-in. Make it 30.
Tough fall here. Looks like he's all right, though.
Liam Cassidy.
Yeah, just a hard fall.
Yeah, he's up. All right, Coach, good job. Nice working with you. Couple of games. Oh, I'm going to
timeout Ledyard.
Hustle over there for the post game.
Timeout Ledyard here, last 17 seconds. Make sure nothing crazy happens.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm going to stick around for the night games. I'm looking forward to both those games. You and Casey on the call, and and just St. Bernard's has been one of the top 3 teams in the state all year long. With London, really, you talk about a team that's starting to peak a little bit at the right time. Dave Cornish has got that team playing at a high level. It'll be a lot of fun this afternoon here at the X.
And it was a lot of fun if you were a Griswold fan today.
Yeah.
Man, everything, especially in the second
half. Yeah, it's 31-25 at halftime. It's just total domination.
Total domination, as you said. And just everything going down, everything going right. A really, really tough team. Not a lot of weaknesses. So will be an interesting matchup with the team that's playing hot right now in the Montville Wolves against the team that's pretty much been the team to beat for this Division II tournament all year long. We thought it might be Griswold and Stonington, but Montville had other plans for Stonington, a big upset in the quarters. They took care of business in the semis against Wheeler. As we get a basket here from Ledyard, late basket here from Emil Santos. He gets to go to the line. His name's in the book.
It's nice. It's a good feeling.
Get your name in the book.
It's your name in the book.
The box score.
So Griswold will head to the Mohegan Sun. A complete team effort. Complete team effort. And that will do it from the X. Final score, Griswold 78, Ledyard 50. Griswold goes on to face Montville Wednesday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Let's sign off for a second and stick around. We'll be back with Postgame live here on theday.com.
Tonight's player of the game is brought to you by Roberto's Log Cabin Restaurant. Nestled in the woods of Lebanon, Connecticut, Roberto's Log Cabin is the cozy rustic home of comfort food. Family owned and operated, The Cabin, as it's fondly known, offers a diverse menu of hearty fare from burgers to the best ribs in the state. So come check out the Hallway of History in the newly renovated tavern, sample the diverse menu, get your craft beers and cocktails, all while watching your favorite sports on one of their 10 TVs. Stop in, see Rob and the crew, and tell them Game Day sent you. Player of the Game by Roberto's Log Cabin Restaurant.
Game Day is a production of The Day Publishing Company. If you'd like to support Game Day and help us continue to bring you the best in Connecticut high school sports, please consider purchasing a print or digital subscription to The Day at theday.com/subscribe.
Back here at the X, the second semifinal in Division II of the boys sees Griswold defeat Ledyard 78-50. Great performance by the Wolverines. They advance to their second Division II final in 3 years. We're going to throw it down on court to the Sports Doctor with our player of the game, Sports Doctor.
We're good. Kobe Mills here, our Roberto's Log Cabin player of the game. Sonia, take this down to Roberto's Log Cabin in Lebanon. Wear that. Free plate of wings for you and your family and teammates. What a great job today. 26 points. You had it working from the three-point line. You had it working by the rim. Must felt real good out there today.
Yes, definitely. We played great as a team.
Now, is this team good when you're sped up and the game is in high gear and you guys are all clicking together?
We're good all the time. You know what I mean? At all paces of the game, we're always good. We play under our control.
Yeah, and it's a team effort, but your play, I mean, you were feeling it from the three-point line. Does the rim look a little bit bigger when the shots are going in?
Yes, definitely.
All right, no doubt. But Coach Bolesky, Rob, we talked about this. Peaking at the right time during tournament play. How do you feel his team is clicking right now?
Good, good. They're loose. They're having fun. We have fun all the time, maybe too much. But really good athletes. It's a good team. It's a fun group to be around.
Now, do you feel like when you come into a game like this, your style needs to take over a little bit for you guys to come out on top?
Yeah, I mean, I let these guys play a little bit. Some of these guys can really knock it down. Braden and Mello and Colby, of course, and Kaz inside. They were a dangerous team to guard because of all those options. They're, very good athletes, and they're very competitive.
You're going to enjoy this one for a little bit, but look ahead to the game against Montville on Wednesday.
Yeah, we are. Everybody, loves to go to the Sun, and it's a great experience for these guys. So thank you. It's all good.
All right. Griswold's going back. Going to take on a Montville team for the third time. Let's go, Griswold.
All right, and that wraps up our Division II semifinals. Stick around. We got the Division I semifinals coming up. It will be St. Bernard versus Killingly when we come back. It's Game Day live on theday.com.